Representing our Chargers are captains number 8, Jai Jenkins, number 10, Jack Quander, number 43, Joe Vitale, and number 74, John Thomas. Representing the Ravens of Franklin Pierce are their captains.
Gentlemen, good afternoon. Franklin Pierce, of course, you are the visitors. New Haven, you are the home team. The helmet is heads. The other side is tails. President, would you do the honors, please? And it is tails. Yeah, you're good. Franklin Pierce has won the toss, defers for the second half.
From referee Ed Roos. Franklin Pierce won the toss. They will defer to the second half. So that means
Franklin Pierce has won the toss, defers to the second half. Yep. Gentlemen, shake hands.
As Ed Roos said it again, yes, we look forward to seeing the New Haven offense on the field first. But before that, we actually will see their special teams. That means Julio Easton, who in the last game, Friday the 13th, against Pace in Pleasantville, New York, set the school record with 231 return yards, all on just 4 returns, including 2 90-plus yard kickoff touchdowns.
Yeah, hard to believe 2 90-plus yard returns. That's nationally recognized, as it well should have been. Incredible. And Coach Prince has said that young man needs to have the ball in his hands as often as possible. Would not be surprised, J.W., if we saw him returning punts at some point in time in the season.
Let's take a look at the Pintz file. Head coach Chris Pinsence is the head coach at the University of New Haven. Hard to believe, Chris, this is his 10th season here at West State. He's had 3 different tours of duty. He was the wide receivers coach 95 to 96, offensive coordinator 99 to 01, and the head coach from 2014 on. He's the longest tenured coach in program history. He's the winningest coach in program history, and he was the 2021 Northeast 10 coach of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the program positioned so well, incredible staff under him, and just such a successful program on the D2 landscape. It's impressive.
No one starts there. We'll kick it off. All right, number 40 and 1 for Franklin Pierce. And back to the Chargers. It's number 14.
Let's kick it off.
Just inside the 5-yard line.
It's a football!
And the 2024 home season and conference season is underway. It is scooped up at the 20 by Zayon Laney. And Laney pushed out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. Let's
Laney with
meet
the
the New
10-yard
Haven
return.
offense.
Knocked out of bounds by number 1, Sam Camara. It'll be first down for your Chargers on their own 30-yard line.
Well, that offense is led by number 6, Dale Menard. Second year, the graduate student transfer from Boston College. Won the job in training camp in August over Jack Chandler. And the first play on the home turf is a running play to Chris Ace. And Franklin Pierce very good at defending the run. No different there in that play.
Yeah, kind of going to be strength against strength here today.
Pick up of 1. It'll be
Pierce up
second
front,
down
tough
and
on the
9.
run, and of course, Chargers will certainly want to establish Chris
John
Ace early
Furno
on the run.
with the stop
Pick up
along
of
with
1
Mason Clark.
for Chris Ace, who remains in the backfield to Menard's right. Dalen. That one nearly intercepted at the 35. It is knocked away by Justin Mays.
Menard's pass intended for
Yeah, it
Logan
kind of
Smith.
floated on a little bit. It's a little bit of a
Incomplete.
late decision on
It'll be
Menard, and he
second,
didn't really
third
have the
down
zip on it.
and
Could have been costly, but sets them up 3rd and long, which is obviously not a position they want to see here today.
He was looking for Logan Schmidt, number 17, and as Kuntz mentioned, 3rd and long. Got to get to the 40-yard line to move the sticks. Pressure right up the middle, and Menard is going to be sacked by Mason Clark.
Mason Clark with a quarterback sack.
Quick 3 and out, Kuntz.
Yeah, great penetration there. That
Also
New Haven
7 on
offensive
the
line
play.
is
It'll be
pretty
4th
stout,
down
but
and 17.
the interior line for Pierce was strong that series. And getting back to that opening kickoff, J-Dub, obviously something we might start to see now, squib kicks to keep the
Luke
ball
Sylvia
away from
in the punt
Eason.
for your Chargers.
Luke Sylvia into
Josiah
punt
Gonzalez
for New
back
Haven.
for the Ravens.
Austin Howe, number 8, out of Newington, Connecticut, back to return for Franklin Pierce. That will be fair caught. Actually, that's fair caught by number 3,
It'll be
Jojo
first down
Gonzalez.
for the Ravens on their own 42
Jojo
yard.
Gonzalez, the NE10 Rookie of the Year a year ago, out of Meriden, Connecticut. One of 4 nutmeggers in the starting 11, starting offense for New Haven. Adrian Parker's the quarterback out of Manchester High School.
Yeah, Coach Gass has definitely utilized that Connecticut pipeline for his recruiting effort.
Coach Gass dials up on first down. Parker underneath. That is caught by Jameer Dixon. Joe Vitale rallied to make the tackle. But a gain of 7 or about, actually looks more like about 8 on the play.
Yeah, they defense, good stick by Vitale, of course, that's not a surprise, but they did give a little cushion there on that first down pass for a little dunk play for the Ravens.
Andrew Molesky is the running back. Roll out and complete once again. That'll be a first down to Jameer
Parker's
Dixon.
pass is complete to Dixon. A pickup of 7.
So Franklin Pierce does on its
the
first drive what UNH could not, and that's pick up a first down.
Yep.
Credit
The passing
Jalen
game
Fisher
right off
with
the,
the push
right
out
off
of
the bat.
bounds.
Playing quick, too. Looks like up-tempo stuff. Trying to fire out that Charger defense.
Molesky gets the call. And tackled by Devon Cologne.
Andrew Molesky, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
gain.
It'll be second down and 10.
We mentioned 4 Connecticut players
Devon
in the
Cologne.
starting
Good
offense.
stop for your
Adrian
Chargers.
Parker at quarterback. Cameron Massey at wide receiver. Jojo Gonzalez. And Austin Howe also at wide receiver. So the quarterback and the top 3 receivers all from Connecticut. Second and long, second and 10 for Parker. Line of scrimmage to the 40. Parker has time, goes deep, has a man, caught. Inside the 5-yard line, they're actually going to say touchdown.
Touchdown Ravens.
That is a touchdown to Jojo Gonzalez.
Pass from Parker to Massey.
Boy, it looked like he might have been a little short of the goal line and kind of rolled into the end zone, J-Dub, on that. You see maybe first and goal there inside the 2, but the official gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I thought the official came into the end zone and put his hands up, but it looked like he was down by contact.
Starts out into attempt the extra
but they
point.
called it a touchdown because they're coming up for the PAT here.
That touchdown call stuck.
And here's Startzell. I'd love to see this when our crew has a chance to dial it up on the replay, but it looked like he was down outside of the end zone, inside the 5, down into the 2.
Yeah, I would say, first and goal to 2.
7,
it looked like he just kind of continued to roll into the end zone.
You ready to get away?
The official was right there on the play.
Cameron Massey actually touchdown catch.
And there's Coach Pence definitely having a word with one of the
as far
back
west
judges there.
as Chicago, Nashville to the
I don't think there's a
Sunshine
question
State.
of whether it was a catch or not. I just think they were a little bit liberal in giving him a touchdown.
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we got a good look on the replay. I'm sure our crew will see what they can find. But for the naked eye, I think everybody here in the stadium, there was no way Massey was in the end zone.
He made a nice catch.
He did.
The ball was not, an easily catchable ball. He made a great play to get underneath it and catch it, but it looked like he was short of the goal line.
So it goes to the 42-yard touchdown. Adrian Parker to Cameron Massey, the Connecticut connection, Manchester
and Laney back for
to
your
Massey, who's out of
Chargers.
East Hartford.
But I mean, how about the chunk pass plays by the Ravens right off the bat? I mean, they only ran the ball, I think, once on that entire drive, and we really stunned the Charger defense to see how the Chargers react to being down early here.
Startzell will kick it off, and Khalil Eason once again back deep around the 5-yard line. It'd be interesting if Startzell does another squib kick. They kind of keep it away from Khalil as the wind blows the ball off the tee. Normally, Kuntz, we don't see a lot of wind down here at Delaware Cameron. Today's a little different story.
Yeah, there's, like you said, there's a, oh, I thought we were going to see a replay. Yeah, there's a system, as you had mentioned, J-Dub, kind of off the coast, and we're getting the peripheral of that, and there's a lot of wind, especially on that open side of the stadium where that ball is teed up.
So the south end zone will get the win today, and the north end zone seems pretty protected, which should affect the kicking game. Starts out once again, we'll kick it short. This one is going to go out of bounds, and that will draw a penalty flag.
You know, it's funny, Khalil
Flag
Eason is
on the
almost
play.
starting to become a victim of his own success. Teams are afraid of him, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to keep the ball away from him.
So we'll see how the Chargers offense
Free
does
kick
after the
out
3
of
and out.
bounds. Kicking team, number 40. The ball is placed in the 35-yard line. First down, New Haven.
So the penalty on Startzell is announced by Ed Roos, and the Chargers will pick up a couple of free yards, and they'll start at the 35. Once again, Chris Ace will be in the backfield with Dalen. So good blocking up front. Ace, a 5-yard gain out to the 40. And we have one of the offensive linemen for the Chargers. A
Christopher
little
Ace,
slow
the
in
ball
getting up,
carrier, pickup of
holding his
3.
ankle.
It'll be second down and 7.
Oh, that's John
Chris Yavola
Thomas.
with the stop for
Officials.
the Ravens.
No, John Thomas is
Might
74.
be
He's-
Justin Cesare.
It could be
perhaps.
Justin Cesare, the starting left tackle.
No, I see Cesare walking
He's-
back to the huddle.
Yeah, tough for us to tell who that was. Not John Thomas. Not there. Well, as soon as we find out who it is, certainly we'll let you know. But doesn't look good. We'll take a quick break in the action here. Charger Sports Network on FloFootball. All right, so that's Neil Brown, number 75, the starting right tackle, being helped off by his teammates. And as soon as we get an update on his condition, we will let you know. But in to replace him at right tackle is number 72, Anthony Casperine. Three-yard gain makes it 2nd and 7. Off play action. Dale completes to the far side and close to a first down.
Menard's pass is complete to Khalil Eason.
Khalil Eason.
Salviati
You
with
mentioned
the
that
stop for the
you
Ravens.
could potentially see him catching some balls and also doing something out of the backfield as well. He's just such a dynamic talent, and to just have him return kicks only is almost kind of a sin, if you will. He's got such ability.
3rd and 1 from the 45. And Ace will not get there. Once again, the Ravens do a great job rallying to the football.
Christopher Ace, the ball carrier, no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and 1.
4th and short.
Trey
Coach Pitts
Shore
will have a
with the stop
decision to
for
make.
the Ravens.
And it looks like he's keeping the offense on the field.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble early, but obviously probably not happy being down early, 7-0. So could be a Philly touch push.
Number 44, Tommy Guilfoyle, tight end. Although he plays fullback usually in these short yardage situations, is in there. Dalen with a play clock at 8, trying to draw the Ravens off sides. And it doesn't work.
Yep. Probably was never going to be anything but that.
First timeout.
It was a long
New
yard
Haven.
they had to get. That was
Yeah, about a yard and a half. It looked like
Always
Ace
Chargers.
lost half a yard in
Yeah.
the previous
Ladies and
play.
gentlemen,
Especially there
at this
on
time
that side
we
of the
direct
field.
your attention to the north end zone.
So
As
Coach
we'd like
Pitts
to
calls
take a
timeout,
moment
and
to thank our
they'll have to punt it
terrific
away.
artillery crew for the day.
We mentioned
which
the
is comprised
Chargers
of
are off
members
to a
of the
1-1
Office of
start,
Military
season
and
opener.
Veterans
They
Affairs.
went all the way to
Thank you
Pennsylvania,
for your
lost to
sacrifice and
Slippery
service
Rock.
to our nation,
That was
and
back
for
on September
joining
7th,
us
22-7.
during
Only touchdown
today's
that game,
game.
a 35-yard touchdown pass from Dale Menard to Mikey Caines in the second quarter after Slippery Rock had taken a 19-0 lead. Chargers bounced back 6 days later on Friday the 13th, beating Case 47-17. That's the one where...
First timeout. Franklin Pierce.
And so we have back-to-back timeouts, one from UNH and one Franklin Pierce.
But it looked like Pence sent the offense back out after that timeout, attempting to draw them off as if he was actually going to go for it. And then Pierce didn't like what they were doing. He didn't like that. So I wonder if that was just
a little chess match between Chris Pinsent and Russell
exactly.
Gaskamp.
Yeah. At the very least, they burned a timeout. But I mean, we know Coach Pence, his track record, very well tied in. They are offense back out on the field, 4th long one.
Again, Anthony Casperine out there for Neil Brown. The Chargers already without offensive lineman Sam Faulkner, who's out today with a shoulder injury. So 4th and a long yard. Pitch play to Chris Ace, who has the corner, the first down, and he is into Ravens territory. So the gamble pays off. The Chargers are able to move the sticks on a 4th and 1.5.
Yeah, they made that look easy. I mean, that whole right side on the defensive side was wide open. And the pitch play was the perfect call on that defensive formation. And that's an easy pitch. Quick 5, 7, 8 yards.
Nice job, Anthony Casperine, number 72 at right tackle, just into the game, sealing off that edge. Bernard stands in there, goes deep, into double coverage. It is caught. Caught by Logan Schmidt inside the 5-yard line.
J-Dub, we got to learn these receiver names. But great job. Logan Smith, the coverage was excellent on that play. He had defenders on either side of him, and he just went up and grabbed that ball.
Into double coverage, but Logan Schmidt, I guess with 2 guys on him, is open.
Yeah, he...
Here we are, 1st and goal from the 5. Ace, big hole along the left side. Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, from that 4th and long one, where we weren't sure if they were going to punt. 3 plays later, they're in to tie the game, J-Dub.
The key play, as you mentioned, the 4th and 1.5, and picking it up, and a couple of plays later in the end zone. And now it's time for Josh Hamill, number 11, the left-footed kicker, transfer from AIC, with a chance to tie this up. Matt Piker, the long snapper. Matt Chandler is the holder. Low snap, Piker. A good job by Chandler to get it down, and Hamill boots it through to tie the game at 7 with 9:08 left to go. And nice to hear the cannons firing off in the north end zone.
That's a sound that it's been a while, back here first, the home opener here in 2024. But J-Dub, how great is it to have a runner like Chris Ace on your team? 4th and a long one. Defense is up, pushing up front. Leave a little gap on the outside, and with the speed and the power of a Chris Ace, you flip it to him. It's an easy first down, and 3 plays later, Chargers are in the end zone.
Interesting decision by Coach Pinsent. I mean, he was lucky he had the extra timeout as well to talk about it, but you're kind of in that no man's land. He's got 2 good putters in Luke Sylvia and Josh Hamill. You could pin him anywhere you want.
You could play the field position game and really get him down to maybe perhaps inside the 20 or 15, but Coach is a little bit of an offensive gambler, and that's his thing. He's an offensive coach.
And a big 40-yard pass play from Dale Menard to Logan Schmidt set it up. Here's Hamill. And that is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Keys to victory for Chris Pinsent. When I talked to him earlier in the week, he said get off to a fast start. It was Franklin Pierce who threw the first punch, although UNH has counter-punched. And he also mentioned making plays on the perimeter. He wants to get Dale Menard on the perimeter and get those big chunk plays. He wanted 3, 4, 5 chunk plays, 30, 40 yards. He got one there from Menard to Logan Schmidt.
Yeah, and I think rolling out Dalen, and we talked about it a little bit last year. I mean, he's a little bit undersized as a quarterback. Not a lot, but his offensive line, they're big. So in order to move him around and open up some passing lanes is not a bad thing.
Dalen's 5'11", his offensive line 6'3", 6'4".
Absolutely.
Parker over the middle. That one is dropped in and out of the hands of JoJo Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez found a little seam there, but that ball was thrown a little bit behind him. Chargers fortunate there, could not catch.
Keys to victory for Franklin Pierce. Play cleaner and more disciplined, win the turnover battle, and score points. Russell Gaskamp, the Franklin Pierce coach, said he thought it would take 24 points to win this game today. 24 is his magic number. As we take a look at Andrew Molesky with a 5-6 yard gain on second down. Interesting, he mentioned the number 24 because coming into today, Franklin Pierce has scored a total. They've scored a total of 24 points.
Yeah, they've struggled to put points on the board first 2 games. So to see them come out firing the ball, scoring a quick touchdown, I'm sure Coach Gass was certainly in a positive frame of mind to see his offense start like that. This is a big play right here early on in the first half. Trying to get that ball.
Joe Vitale makes the tackle. And the Ravens will be short of the line to gain. And that brings up a punting situation. Molesky once again the ball carrier. As Joe Vitale made sure that tackle was for no gain. Maybe Molesky got a yard.
Yeah, Vitale's so solid. Such a textbook tackler. That's a big stop right there, forcing the Ravens to punt the ball.
Logan Schmidt, who made the big play on offense just a couple of minutes ago, stands at the 35. Preston Simons, number 49, is the punter for Franklin. Gets it away. Schmidt calls for the fair catch and will make the catch. Right around the 45. He was almost in no man's land there, Kuntz.
That ball was knuckling real quickly. He made a nice athletic play on that to not only fair catch it, but hold on to it as well. That's good field position right there. Chargers right back at it.
Zayon Laney will start this offensive series in the backfield, number 31. Saw big things from Zayon last year when Chris Ace got hurt. Zayon has played an important role through the first 2 games of this season. Zayon gets the call, immediately bounces to the outside, and Zayon will have a first down into Ravens territory at around the 45-yard line.
And it just speaks to the depth of the running back core. J-Dub, it seems every year that we've done games, no matter, they always seem to have depth at that running back position. And to have a runner like Zayon behind Ace, and you can give your big fella a little bit of a rest, and you don't really drop off much.
Fake to Zayon this time, Menard, and that one is incomplete as he's looking for Mike Haynes, who comes into today as the team's leading receiver. 8 catches, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns so far in the season.
Yeah, throwing off the run there. He had Mikey out in the flat there, just a little out of reach.
Mikey last year, I think, was 88. Now he's 3. Right? 17 last year was Elijah Jeffries.
Yeah.
Now it's Logan Schmidt. There's Zayon, who kept the same number, 31 from last year. Khalil Ace changed his number 2. He was 22 last year. It'll be a 3rd and long for the Chargers.
And Chris Ace back on the field.
Yep, and I still see Neil Brown sitting on the training table here, Kuntz. They're looking at his right ankle, and they're taping it up right now.
Yep, getting the tape job right now. But a ton of distance. Maybe
the design rollout. That one is caught by Matt Chandler, and Chandler will have a first down inside the 30. Jack Chandler, the backup quarterback. This is his younger brother, Matt.
Yeah, nice to see kind of a new weapon on the receiving end, and these are the guys we're going to learn about this season, J-Dub.
Remains in the game, as does Zayon Laney. It's the 29. Galen has time on the run, directing traffic towards the end zone. Nobody home except for 3 Franklin Pierce defenders.
Menard's pass intended for Matt Chandler.
Like motion somebody to go deep, and I think he just felt it was time to air that out, and had good protection, was able to roll out pretty much unscathed, but good coverage by the Ravens in the defensive back.
Talking about who's going to catch the ball this season, UNH's leading returning receiver coming into this year, Chris Ace, who had 8 catches last year.
Yeah.
Mikey Kane, Zoltan Panye had 5 apiece. There's Zayon running hard. Down to the 10-yard line. Move the sticks again for the Chargers.
Yeah, great job by that offensive line, just opening up a canyon up the middle.
Michael King with the stop for the Ravens.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Once again, that's Zayon. Touchdown Chargers. Zayon Laney, 13 yards in the score.
Boy, that was his drive right there, J-Dub.
Zayon did all the damage on the ground.
Yep, first drive. Of course, Chris Ace played a part. His big 4th down run. And here in the second drive, super sub, Zayon Laney.
Zayon Laney's first touchdown of the year. Josh Hamill will kick it. Try to make it 14.
Josh Hamill in to attempt the extra point.
Hamill boots it through, 14-7. So after trailing 7-0 early, UNH has responded by scoring the last 14 points. They played great defense, forced the punt, and it was the Zayon Laney show from there.
Yeah, that first 3 and out from the Charger defense was a little bit of a concern, but they certainly righted the ship, J-Dub. Back-to-back solid drives to go up by a score.
See how the Ravens respond here. JoJo Gonzalez is at the 10, and so is Jameer Dixon, number 5. New Haven off to a great start with the running game. They ran for 241 yards a week ago against Pace. Chris Ace had 120 of those yards. And they've controlled the ground game here through the first thirds of the first quarter. Hamill. And that'll be into the end zone.
And Hamill has a heck of a leg on him. It looks, conditions are dry and the field conditions are good. It's almost a guaranteed touch every time he kicks off.
We enjoyed talking to him on the field before the game. He says he enjoys kicking on the turf here.
Yeah, great young man. You know, obviously he's got a lot of time left here, you know, a couple years. And we asked him about his plans, and he would love to kick at the next level someday. And he certainly has the leg for it, that's for sure.
Likes kicking on the carpet as opposed to New Hartford, Connecticut, where we said that they let the grass grow 4 inches high.
Yeah, and I don't think those grass fields up in New Hartford drain all that well, so I'm sure he's happy to be kicking on the blue turf.
And Parker will send the running back Romello Hyde in motion. Parker over the middle, that is caught by Austin Howe. That would be a first down for the Ravens on a gain of 12.
A pickup of 14. And a first down.
Taking a look at the stats so far, Kuntz. We see that Zayon Laney has 43 yards on just 4 carries and that touchdown. Chris Ace 23 yards on 5 carries. So UNH doing a pretty good job, as we mentioned, running the ball here in the first quarter.
Oh, absolutely. Great balance.
Parker being pursued. Has to get rid of that one. Dev O'Malley was right in his face as he was trying to throw the ball.
Yeah, and the Ravens obviously looking to pass first. And they've pretty much passed on almost every one of their offensive plays thus far. Had that one good drive early. It looked solid. And, but the Charger defense says they always do. Bend but don't break. They've certainly tightened the belt.
Matt Scott, the outstanding defensive coordinator, calling the plays on defense. That's a fumble as Parker and Hyde mess up the exchange, and Parker able to fall on it, but that'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that certainly sets up a 3rd and long, which is not what Adrian Parker wants to see as a quarterback. Yeah, you know, we talk about Coach Scott and how his defense just loves to play for him. Every year we always say, okay, is he going to get that head job? We don't want to lose him, but we know it's inevitable. At some point, he's going to go, but boy, we're happy to see him back.
3rd and long, first down marker at the 48. Parker steps up. That one is caught for a first down, although the ball is now loose. So Dixon had it and lost it, and the Chargers pounce on top of it.
I think they're just talking about whether he recovered it inbounds or out of bounds. There you go.
Yeah, Brian Whitmore recovered it.
I know it was near the chalk there on the sideline, but luckily recovered inbounds. And that plays to the strengths of that defense. Takeaways, J-Dub. How often do we see it?
Yep. This is something that Russell Gaskamp is not going to be happy about. He talked about winning the turnover battle. All coaches do. First turnover of the game. 1st and 10 from the 48. Chris Ace is back in there, and a huge hole up the middle. Check that. That's Zayon Laney once again. So Zayon Laney down to around the 30-yard line. So Chris Pinson's riding the hot hand or hot feet of Zayon Laney.
Yeah, Laney getting a lot of early reps here. And that's just a luxury. I mean, you've got a Chris Ace, and you can spell him with an effective Zayon Laney. That just gives you more weapons to work.
And great news, Kuntz. Neil Brown, number 75, back in there at right back.
Yep, see that ankle taped up, and it's great.
1st and 10 from the 30. Zayon into the pile and gets a couple.
Laney, the ball carrier again, a tough 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Coach Vince talked about forcing turnovers. Chargers have forced the first one of the game. We'll see if they can cash in here on this drive.
Yeah, Coach Vince worked a lot of substitutes, trying to see if he can get that Raven defense a little off balance.
Empty backfield for Dale Menard. Almost picked off.
Intended for Logan Schmidt.
Logan Schmidt was the intended receiver.
It'll be 3rd down.
And it was Trey Sejor, the linebacker, who almost came up with. That's 2 passes now that Dalen's gotten away with. 3 if you want to count the jump ball of Schmidt that he caught.
Yeah, I think he wishes he had that one back. That was one that he should not have thrown. Very fortunate there.
3rd and 8. Ball here for Ed. Saw Dalen take a quick knee. They expect to have a penalty on Frank. Number 9 is defensive lineman Chris Yaboa.
They'll make it 3rd down and
A much more
3.
manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, Coach Gass, I'm pulling his hair out with turnovers and now penalties.
Chris Ace bottled up, and it looks like he will be shy of the 1st down marker by a couple of yards.
Diamonds with the stop for the Ravens. It'll be 4th down and a long 3.
Field goal here, probably over 40 yards, Dub, and this is the windy side of the field. So even with Josh Hamill as your kicker,
It'll be 40 or 41 yards, so rather than risk it with the wind here in the south end zone, with 2:10 to play in the first quarter, Coach Pence will go for it on 4th and 3. Dalen for the end zone, just out of the reach of Mikey Caines.
Menard's pass intended for Mikey Caines. Incomplete. Ravens will take over.
he had him there in that deep corner. It would have been a thread the needle pass to get him.
He had a good look. They got the play design they wanted, just couldn't come up with the connection. So the Chargers will turn it over on down. Second time they've gone for it on 4th down. 1 for 2 now. So the turnover doesn't hurt Franklin Pierce in terms of they don't give up points.
They just lose a little field position, but that Chargers going for the big hit there. You can see Coach Pence coming over and speaking to his quarterback.
Yeah, they're talking about the 45-yard line. Line of scrimmage will be 23 for Franklin.
Yeah, that was with that turnover, Chargers got come back and score and make it a 2-touchdown difference would have been big, but kudos to the Ravens defense. They held.
Adrian Parker comes in having completed 58% of his passes for 476 yards, a couple of touchdowns and an INT. That one is complete along the far side.
Parker's pass is complete to Tristan Evans.
Tristan Evans comes up with the catch, number 88.
Down and 5.
That'll be 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Ravens continue to go no huddle. Pretty much pass every down.
What worked in their first drive. That will be a run, and the Chargers able to sniff that out and make sure that Andrew Molesky didn't get too far.
That's why they're going pass every down. Play to the strength.
David Avalanoa with the stop for your Chargers.
Number 6, David Avalanoa, first to get there. Loss of 3 to make it 3rd and 8. We are in the first quarter. Our graphics along the bottom don't have the quarter, but we'll keep you honest on the quarter in the first quarter. Then we'll first go.
Like
Play
Parker,
clock's at 4.
Parker making some changes at the line of scrimmage. And that's a delay of game right there, J-Dub.
Yep, unless Coach Gass called the timeout.
Yeah, Gass already had to burn a timeout earlier, so it was just a matter of whether he wanted to. That's tough. That sets them back now, about 13.
Adrian Parker was changing the play and the formation very, very late in the play clock. Plus setting a man in motion, too.
Yep, and I think his receivers weren't sure what he wanted to do, so that was just not going to be enough time to get it changed.
The 3rd and 13 from the 20. Play clock at 5 again. Wide receiver still having a little trouble getting the communication. Parker under pressure from Avalanoa. On the run, that one is going to be incomplete.
Parker taking a little bit of a hit there just as he got rid of that ball.
Devil Malley covering on the play. So the time ticking away here at the end of the first quarter. The Ravens will have to punt it away, and back to receive is Logan Schmidt, right on the Charger logo at midfield.
I like Logan Schmidt returning punts. A good hands guy.
Yep.
You know, maybe not the breakaway speed, that Khalil has on the kickoffs, but he made that nice play on that running fair catch earlier. So
Preston Simons through the honors. Just does get it away. And another fair catch called for by Logan Schmidt and taken at the 46-yard line. So once again, the Chargers set up in terrific field.
Looks like might have run into the punter there, J-Dub. Flag back there. Punter for Pierce for 49.
Simons.
Hit pretty hard when he kicked that. Not sure if it's going to be a personal foul or running in.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
That's tough. So good field position negated, and the defense will be back out on the field.
And that's Liam Godwin, guilty of the personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Yeah, that's a killer penalty right there. Chargers are going to be in great position. Close out the quarter here. They chance to move the ball. Scoring position, but penalties and turnovers. That's what keep coaches up at night, right, J-Dub?
Absolutely. Yeah, keep them up at night. That's why a lot of coaches don't have hair.
That's right.
They're chugging the Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, exactly.
11 seconds left to go, first quarter. On 1st and 10, it'll be a handoff, and once again, the Chargers up to the task with regard to the run defense, and Andrew Molesky tackled for no gain. Actually, we actually lost 2 on the play.
Yeah, the Chargers have been all over the run. And clock stopped unexpectedly.
And that's the end of the
There we
first
go.
quarter.
This is the end of the first quarter.
With the score, your Chargers 14.
So a pretty entertaining quarter number 1 here in the first home game of the season, Coons. We saw Franklin Pierce get off to a quick start, and UNH answered.
Yeah, Pierce put up that early touchdown, and it looked like Chargers might potentially be in trouble, but they righted the ship immediately. Defenses toughened up. Offenses look fairly good, fairly fluid. Passing game has been okay with that big play that led to one of the touchdowns. And, of course, Zayon and Chris Ace together just continue to pound the ball on the ground.
We mentioned Russell Gaskamp as the coach at Franklin Pierce. This is his 5th season. He played at the University of Texas. He was the starting center in 1998 when Ricky Williams won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, that's never get tired of hearing that. That's incredible.
Let's go down to the field for. Let's go down to the field for a quick report. Let's send it down to Mackenzie Gardner. Hello, Mackenzie.
Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, second down.
It'll be second down and 17.
Well, thank you, Joe, and thank you, Mackenzie. And once again, welcome aboard. It's great to have you along for the ride, Mackenzie. We look forward to working with you. And how about this, Koontz, right? Literally a cast of hundreds here. Now we have not one sideline reporter, but 2.
I know it. Yeah, just the depth, you know, like what they say, any good program needs depth of talent, and that's what we have here. Not only on the field, but behind the scenes as well.
That's right.
Incredible depth of talent. Not including myself.
No, come on now. I have to, again, I like the little logos, the avatars, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Mackenzie just started. We already got one of her.
She's already got one there, so that means she's official.
Yep.
Great to see, though. Great to have her on board.
So while Joe and Mackenzie were talking to us from the sideline, it's now 30-14 for the Ravens. Parker going deep, and that is going to be caught, it looks like, at midfield along the far side, and that will move the sticks. It'll be a first down for Franklin Pierce. Austin Howe going skyward to bring that down.
That's a great throw by Adrian Parker. He had to put that exactly where it needed to be. There was coverage in front and behind the receiver, and he placed that on a dime. So that's a great throw by the quarterback there, Adrian Parker.
First quarter stats, UNH has rolled up 135 yards of offense so far. Hold that 14-7 lead. Right at midfield. Parker, that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted at the 40 by Jai Jenkins, the second team All-American from a year ago.
You know, J-Dub, someday we might be seeing Jai playing on Sunday afternoon instead of Saturday afternoon. That young man just continues to impress, and just such great ball awareness, and, you know, he knows these routes sometimes better than the receivers he's covering.
Second turnover forced by Matt Scott's Chargers defense. And Jai Jenkins, second team All-American last year. He was the defensive player of the year in the conference, and showing you why yet again here early in the second quarter. Speaking of good defense, 2 Ravens get in the backfield to bring down Chris Ace. Leading the way, number 52, Jalen Bynes.
Yeah, impressive stuff right there from that front interior line. Here's defense.
Loss of 4 on the play. Franklin Pierce plays a 3-4 defense, which they've done since Coach Gass has been there. And they have a lot of experience, their front 7 especially. Defensive line and linebackers. Dalen tried to set up a quick screen, and it is caught, but Logan Schmidt is not going anywhere.
Is complete to Logan Schmidt.
Yeah, Logan Schmidt took a nice solid hit there. 55. Colin Kroger on that stick, J-Dub, but Logan Schmidt, more involved in the offense, had that long pass completion in the first quarter and did well to hold on to that ball. That was a big hit.
Logan Schmidt, 5'9" junior out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. 3rd and 12. Got to get to the 50. Low snap, Dalen handles it, steps up in the pocket, airs it out, looking for Schmidt again. That's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Demir Stone.
Demir Stone with the interception.
So no sooner do the Chargers come up with an interception, Franklin Pierce does the same.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's kind of like a punt, but nonetheless, you never like to see the picks. And Chargers, again, going for the long ball, going for the deep threat. And, 1v1 coverage, and the defense made a great play on that ball.
Dalen Menard, all of last year, threw 6 interceptions. That's his third this year. He's halfway to last year's total here in game number 3.
Yep. That's not a trend that Coach Pintz wants to see, obviously. But, again, in a situation like that where it's 3rd and long and it's a deep interception, it becomes kind of like a punt. But, you know, the quarterback position is all about confidence.
Franklin Pierce pinned deep at the 15. Parker's going to roll out, working that far side of the field where he's had a lot of success, and hit JoJo Gonzalez, who'll be just shy of the marker.
A pickup of 9. It'll be a second.
I tell you, this Pierce offense, J-Dub, if they were to find a running back and establish a running game, they would be dangerous. They could throw the ball.
Well, Coach Gass, we mentioned, former offensive lineman, center at the University of Texas, wants to run the ball. But this team has really morphed in more of a spread offense. When we saw them years ago, they were running with E.J. Burgess.
Yes.
Last time they were here was 2 years ago.
Yes.
E.J. Burgess was their star running back, and he built the offense around them. Now it's this 3 or 4 wide spread offense.
If they had Burgess now with this group of wide receivers and this quarterback, that would be a handful.
3rd and 1. And whistles will stop the action.
Offense, number 77. They're down.
So the Ravens have struggled to run the ball through 2+ games, and the penalties have been a big problem for Russell Gaskamp. Last week, they lost their home opener to Assumption 27-7. The Ravens committed 14 penalties for 136 yards.
Yeah, you just cannot have that and expect to have any kind of success at all.
3rd and 6 from the 19. Parker on the rollout again. Overthrows his intended target. JoJo Gonzalez was open, and Parker missed him.
Yeah, well, that illegal motion penalty, that was a killer because, 3rd and 2 becomes, 3rd and 7, and that changes your whole mindset as far as what play you're going to call. And, the incomplete pass leads to the punt now.
Preston Simons back to punt. Last time he punted, Liam Godwin roughed him, kept the drive going. We'll see what happens this time. Logan Schmidt is right on the Charger logo. No block attempt here. Schmidt will catch it at the 47. Reverse field. Schmidt has the corner, a couple of flags down. He's out of bounds around the 35, but we have some flags behind the play. And the early indications are it's a hold.
Yep, it's right in that, when he cut back against the grain, that's what you usually see is, unfortunately, blockers in the wrong position and, blocking from the back or holding. That was a nice job of field awareness by Logan Schmidt. Again, like him on the punt return.
Holding, receiving team, number 15, 10-yard penalty, swallow the foul, down 3.
That's Juan Rosario guilty of the hold. Rosario, who started his career at UConn before transferring here to UNH.
Yep, unfortunate. That was a pretty solid return there by Logan Schmidt.
10:37 left to go here in the second quarter. Della Camera Stadium, West Haven, Connecticut. Welcome aboard, everybody. J.W. Stewart along with Kunze. Zayon Laney getting the call in the backfield.
Laney, the ball carrier, pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Oh, a gain of 1, actually. So 2nd and 9 for the Chargers.
Clark for the stop for the Ravens.
Laney will remain in the backfield.
Yeah, Laney's got quite a workload this half and done very well, obviously.
Laney gets the call again. Try to cut out of the pile. And didn't couldn't get too much there.
Laney, the ball carrier again, pick up over 1. It'll be third
1
down
yard
and
gain
8.
to be 3rd and 8.
Sam Kamara with the stop for the Ravens.
Sam Kamara, the tackle for Franklin Pierce. Russell Gaskamp calls him the glue that holds the defense together. Kamara came in second on the team in tackles with 13. Trey Sejour at 14 coming into today. 3rd and 8. Dalen. That is caught. Josh Zamat down to the 40. Gain of 24 for the Chargers. That's a nice big chunk play.
Yeah, that was a laser by Menard. In the pocket, amongst the trees, found the alley and just put it right on the target.
Josh Zamat, one of those athletes that the Chargers are trying to find a home for. Played at Stony Brook, played quarterback, receiver now. A nice catch there in the receiving end from Dale Menard off play action. Dalen, deep, Zamat wide open over the middle of the field. Touchdown, Chargers, 40 yards.
I think that was all made possible by that play fake. It was a great play fake. Froze the defense, and Zamat found the seam wide open. No defense at all in the vicinity. They bought the fake, and there was a breakdown as well back there, and that was an easy 6 right there for the Chargers.
Nice bounce back from Dale Menard after throwing the pick on the previous drive.
Yeah, back-to-back great throws, both to Zamat.
So we asked the question, who's going to catch the ball? Well, Logan Schmidt and Josh Zamat seem to be pretty good.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be Mikey Gaines, but maybe the second half.
Josh Hamill boots it through to make it 21-7. We apologize for having trouble with our replay. We'd love to show it to you, but I think you diagnosed it perfectly. Play fake.
Yeah.
Froze everybody. And here we go.
Here we go. Yep.
Right here.
And there's just nobody there. Yep. And quite possibly that center coverage probably bought the fake in a big way, and they were right on the money exploiting that, and Zamat filled that space in perfectly with the easy catch.
Officially 39 yards, the length of that touchdown. Dale Menard to Josh Zamat to make it 21-7. And Dale right now, updated stats, 6 of 12 for 115 yards and a touchdown to Zamat.
Yeah, it was very solid, very clean, that drive. That was a great drive from the offense. Quick, decisive, and that's all you can ask from your offense. And to see the pass carry that drive is nice to see, because obviously it's always run first in the mindset of the Charger offense. But Menard was great on that drive.
All coaches are seeking offensive balance, and so far it seems to be pretty good between the run and the pass game for Josh Hamill will boot that to the end zone, so the Ravens will take over the 25.
Yeah, Hamill is kind of automatic on that kickoff, and Coach Pintz goes over to give Hamill a little handshake. That's always nice to see. The kickers don't get too much love from anyone, but to see your head coach come over and give your kicker a little love, that's nice.
He does have a strong leg. Coach Pintz was saying he could get 50, 55 yards if necessary.
That's incredible here.
That's incredible at any level.
At any level. Yeah, exactly. And it'll be fun to watch Hamill. If he can stay healthy. He had the ankle injury last year, which for a kicker is a killer. So if he stays healthy and clean, I mean, it'll be fun to watch his progression.
Adrian Parker and the Ravens take over from the 25 on 1st and 10. And a whistle before the ball is snapped.
Play game, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Second one.
Yeah, the penalties for Pierce just keep coming.
Russell Gaskamp is a calm, cool, collected customer, but those penalties will make even the most calm coach upset.
Yeah, he was all business on the field before the game. We went over to, and he was working with his offensive lineman naturally, but he's a super guy.
Loss of 5 off play action. Parker caught by Austin Howe, That'll be, no, they're going to say out of bounds. I thought that Howell got a foot down. The judge comes in to say, no, he's out of bounds.
Yeah, both the shallow and the deep officials on the sideline both were in concurrence. Evidently did not get the foot in.
Franklin Pierce is a very good offensive line. Max Sepulveda at left guard, Zach Najim at center, Patrick Zarb at right guard, and Nate Zacharakis at right tackle. They've actually had an injury. Senior left tackle Lamik Marilis tore his ACL in week 1. He's out for the season. If it wasn't for that injury, they'd have 5 seniors starting in the offensive line. That one is knocked down. Devon Cologne, number 50, able to bat it out of the air.
If that's the hands drill.
The guy filling in for the injured Lamik Marilis is Eliseo Polanco at left tackle. And Coach Gass was saying on top of the Thursday, he did a nice job stepping in for the team.
Yeah, Polanco really soft. Big shoes to fill. Back.
Third 15. That one will be caught, and that one will be a first down at around the 40-yard line. And once again, making a big play is Cameron Massey, young man out of East Hartford Cadets.
Yeah, Massey made a great catch. Coverage was there. Just won that 1v1 battle. Pulled that ball down for the first down.
Adrian Parker's done a nice job threading the needle so far.
Yeah, he's a good thrower.
Line of scrimmage, the 40. Back to the ground game. And it's Romello Hyde, number 22, getting the call. Gain of about 5.
Romello Hyde is the ball carrier. A pickup of 4 to be second down and 6.
7:43 left to go in the first half. The Chargers beating the Ravens 21-7.
Yeah, we're sailing along.
In the NE10 opener. Devil Maui is going to blitz. Parker does a great job escaping and gets close to the first down marker.
Well, he did a great job because they were coming. He saw that right off the bat and was able to find a little bit of a gap and get some plus yardage out of it.
So they spotted where he started his slide at the 47.
Yeah, the Chargers get a break there because he ended up almost at the stick, but when you're sliding as a QB, that's where he starts and not where he finishes.
This is third down.
Probably 2 down territory here, J-Dub. Ravens really have no choice.
They got to get some going offense. Parker caught. That's Jameer Dixon. That's a first down in the Charger territory at the 45.
Pickup of 8 and a first down.
8-yard gain for Dixon, who's also made some big catches here in the first half.
Yeah, they've that Connecticut connection for Pierce is definitely solid. They are legit for sure. Just pretty much one-dimensional at this point in time in the season are the Ravens.
Parker escapes a sack in the backfield and slides out at around the 43.
Adrian Parker with the quarterback keeper. Pickup of 1. It'll be second down and 9.
Gain of 1 for Parker.
Surprised he slid there. Looks like he had room to continue his run, but he may be recalling some previous hits that he's taken and thought the better of that and said, I'll slide, thank you. I'll live to play another play.
Parker back to pass yet again. Deep shot. Austin Howe caught over Chris Ace. Austin Howe comes down with it at the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal, Franklin Pierce.
Yeah, that's a great catch. I mean, Ace was there at the coverage. And again, a great throw by Parker. I mean, he is extremely accurate. And the coverage was outstanding by Ace, but just Austin Howe, great catch. And Ravens in business. First and goal.
Yep, first and goal from the 7.
This is a big score opportunity for them late in the first half to cut it to 1 score.
Hyde gets the carry right into the teeth of the defense, and he plows his way close to a touchdown, but they'll mark him down to 1. Strong run by Romello Hyde, the sophomore out of Nashville. Nashua, New Hampshire.
That carried that whole line almost into the end zone.
Chargers making some defensive substitutions.
It'll be second down and goal to go from the 1.
And Andrew Bolesky comes into the backfield, number 27. Gershon Guerrier is the fullback, number 34. And that will be Bolesky, and that will be a touchdown for Franklin Pierce.
1 yard touchdown run by number 27.
The Ravens are hanging around. I mean, you know, penalties, lack of a run game, but Adrian Parker pretty much has them on his shoulders, and he's played a good game. He's accurate. His receivers are holding on to the ball, and they're hanging around. J-Dub.
See why Adrian Parker made the all-rookie team a year ago. And here is Startzel to make it 21-14. No good. Wide left. So it's a 7-point game. It's an 8-point game.
Yeah, you know, those extra points, they always seem to come back and bite a team. There's that push right there from that offensive line. Good second effort.
Nice feed block there by Gershon Guerrier. That's only the second rushing touchdown for Franklin Pierce this season. Guerrier actually had the first. He led the way for Molesky on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Scott might dial up some different you know, pass coverage schemes in the second half, knowing full well that you know, Parker's got that arm oiled up. He's probably going to do more of the same in the second half. So we'll have to see what kind of adjustments are made from a passing defense perspective. But with almost 4 minutes or so left in the half, the Chargers have time to respond to that score.
Khalil Eason back at the 5-yard line. Franklin Pierce deferred the kick in the first half, so they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
We'll see what the Chargers can do here in the next 4 minutes and change. Going to the 4-minute drill.
And they are not kicking it to Easton at all.
Nope. Picked up at around the 30-yard line by Zayon Laney. And a nice tackle there by one of the Ravens special teamers, Will Gomes. Tough to tackle Zayon Laney in the open field.
I guess if you're going to squib it to your next wave, a Zayon Laney is not a bad guy to be getting the ball. But again, they're just taking the ball away from Khalil Eason. They just don't want to see what happened last week happen to them here.
Chargers scored a touchdown in their previous drive, 39-yard touchdown from Dale Menard to Josh Lamont off the play action. The fake there. And there's Mikey Caines along the far side with a catch for a gain of a few.
It's funny, we haven't really seen Mikey featured yet, and that's something we could definitely see in the second half, because he's kind of been the feature guy. If you had to pick a featured receiver thus far through 2 games, it was him. But we've seen Logan Schmidt and others.
Yeah, Mikey came in as the team's leading receiver in terms of catches, yards, and touchdowns.
Yeah, of course, Josh Samat was featured so heavily in that last drive.
There's Zoltan Panye getting reception, and that will be a first down for the former quarterback, now tight end out of Old Orchard Beach, Maine, who will turn 25 in a couple of days.
I thought you were going to say 30. He's been with the program a while.
His body might feel like it's 30.
Yeah. How good was that? I mean, he's a different person. I mean, obviously he's got so much more muscle mass than when he had in his quarterback days. But you talk about one of the all-time great guys, that would be him.
Absolutely. Off play action again for Dalen. On the rollout, that's caught by Mikey Caines, who slips the tackle, cuts it back at the 40. That'll be a first down into Ravens territory.
Gosh, what a great effort. Caines there. Breaks the initial tackle, stumbles, regains his balance, and squeezes out another 5, 6, 7 yards. That's a great play right there from number 3.
Chargers on the move. Line of scrimmage to 37. college football this year, there'll be a 2-minute warning at the end of each half. That's Chris Ace inside the 30. So when the clock gets to 2 minutes, just like in the NFL, we'll stop, there'll be a timeout, basically for both teams.
I like that. I mean, it just gives the coaches time to reset with their respective squads.
And there is the 2-minute warning.
For the Ravens.
One of the other new rules in college football, which you see at the Division I level, is the implementation of the helmet communicators now to not have to worry about sign stealing anymore like in Michigan last year. But that's not an option here for New Haven in Division II. We talked about some of the personnel staff here before.
Yep.
There's money involved in that, so they're going to go back the old-fashioned way, and that's handshake.
Yeah, I mean, at some point down the line, it may happen, but I think Coach Pence is certainly comfortable with his signal method. He's an offensive guru; that's his thing, and he's got it down to a science, and it's working. So, with the helmet telecommunications technology, of course, there's the issue of maybe electronically something not working at a critical point, but sometimes old school is okay.
Yeah. Yep, I'm with you on that.
Yep.
Stay tuned here at halftime for a performance from the New Haven Chargers marching band, the cheerleaders, the dance team, and the color guard.
And how about this crowd, J-Dub? Family Day, the place is packed.
Place is packed, great weather for it, and they've got an entertaining game to watch here. 21-13, 2 minutes left to go in the first half. From the 29, 2nd and 2. Daly has time. Lofts it for the end zone. Caught. Matt Chandler. Touchdown.
Just, again, that center seam seems to be unguarded. That's 2 in a row now. That up the gut, there's no defensive coverage.
29-yard touchdown. Dale Menard to Matt Chandler. And what a moment that is for Matt Chandler.
Chandler was just jogging out there. It was like a walk in the park, and Dalen just lofted it up to him, and it was an easy 6.
Josh Hamill make it 28-13. Chandler, after scoring the touchdown, has to be the holder. Gets it to snap down. Hamill puts it through. It's 28-13, and that gives this Family Day crowd more reason to celebrate.
Yep. Hamill puts those extra points into the trees over there. And that's not going to help. Here's the replay, J-Dub, ground cam, and there's just no coverage up the center.
I'd like to thank Matt for knowing where the camera is, by the way. Like when he scores, he pointed right at it. Pretty smart guy.
Yeah, they know, right? But, sometimes as a quarterback, the hardest pass to complete is the one where your guy is open and there's no one around him. But, the one to Josh Samat and the one right there
talking about
to Chandler, right on the money.
How about Connor Dagenhart, back as quarterback coach here? He's actually upstairs above us.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good guy to have in your quarterback room right there. I mean, we know what he did here at Del Camera, but he also had that great career at Holy Cross and a professional career as well. So, and he's living upstairs in Coach Pence's house.
Speaking of upstairs, yes.
Yeah.
Campbell's going to boot this one away. The other kickoffs have been touchbacks, and this one will check up and around the 1-yard line, and the Ravens will have to scoop it up at the 5 and eventually tackled around the 20, but
I think they just expected that to go into the end zone. It looked like one of your pitching wedges, J-Dub. It just hit and it stuck.
Maybe in the EA Sports video game where I can control it that way, a little spin on it.
Yeah, and
pulling the string.
That thing checked up nicely. It was almost a disaster for Pierce, but Vince's action, I think he's saying that the ball hit the goal line and then came back out, and thus should be
at the 25,
a touchback. But as it is, the Ravens have the ball at the 19, so it's almost, I think you'd almost want them to be at the 19.
Yep.
Unless he's concerned about something else.
Oh, that is an interesting tackle there. Jameer Dixon is dragged down. It looked like around the collar, but no flag. Chris Campbell came up with the tackle.
Yeah,
that looked awkward.
Yeah, I thought I was waiting for the flag on that play, but it didn't come. So maybe they felt it was more shoulder pad than horse collar.
2-yard gain. Got a $1:20 left to go here in the first half. Parker under pressure. He's going to be sacked. Number 20, Jalen Fisher, the first to get there.
Jalen Fisher with the quarterback sack for your Chargers.
Fisher came in leading the team in total tackles with 15 and also 2 INTs. Both last week. The young man, Pasadena by way of Brown University.
Yeah, that's a journey, right? I know we talked to him last year today, and his folks come east they came east for his games at Brown. Chargers with a couple of timeouts left, J-Dub. We're under a minute, but depending on where they get this punt, they've got Hamill with the strong leg.
And Chris Pinsence is speaking with one of the officials at the 20-yard line. I don't know if there's confusion with the clock on the scoreboard. That seemed to be where he was gesturing.
Yeah, I think he's looking for, more time back on the clock. He's not going to have much to work with once they receive this punt. And the official has the clock down there on the field, so he should be able to call for a reset if need be.
Yeah, and the flag's at the 5-yard line. Ed Roos is our referee. Uh-oh. Well, based on Pince's reaction, he's not going to like this call.
Get that ground view of the conversation.
Chris Pinsence has often said that he's usually not yelling at the referees. He's just asking for an explanation. And sometimes there's another shot right there from the far side camera.
He's just he asks in an animated style, but he's
but
just
he tells
asking,
me he's not yelling at them.
He's just asking for clarification. He wasn't happy there. They flagged the Chargers for because that ball is definitely advanced. Still third down.
Defense, disconcerting signals.
Wow.
To avoid a 10-second runoff. Second timeout. New Haven.
Disconcerting signals.
It will be third down.
Delay of game. So, are they giving defensive signals too late during the play clock? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I don't think I've ever heard that either. I mean, you were allowed to signal in just on defense as you are on offense. I don't see what the issue is there.
And that explains the fact that we only have 36 seconds left in the half. So.
Well, he'll have to take a timeout to avoid that runoff.
Yeah. If they get a stop here on third down, yeah, they're going to have, and it's a run play and they stop, they're going to have to stop that clock immediately.
And don't forget, fans, you can help support your Chargers by buying those raffle tickets. We purchased Route Health Stadium. All proceeds sent to New Haven students.
You hear Ed Roos saying 37
We are
seconds
announcing the end of
on the game. So after all that, with 37 seconds left to go, it's 3rd and 19. The Ravens run the draw with Molesky, who gets the first down and then falls down.
Molesky, the ball carrier, the first down for the Ravens.
And Molesky is hobbling. That was a non-contact play. There was nobody around him.
Yeah, and those are the worst ones to see. Now you automatically think Achilles or.
Operator, please reset the game clock for 31 seconds, please. 31.
.31 seconds on the game clock. UNH has 1 timeout left. I presume Frank Pierce took a timeout here, unless they're going to say injury timeout to get Molesky off. Walking over towards the far sideline, and Frank Pierce bench.
Yeah, training close to the toe over there. That looked pretty bad. You hate to see that non-contact stuff scary. That first down run pretty much negates getting the ball back after all that penalty controversy. That run was a clutch third down run. Ravens gets them out of trouble here. Half.
Lesky is the Ravens' leading rusher, came in 110 yards rushing, and we've seen Romello Hyde, number 22, his backup, might be going the rest of the way. Pass play here late in the first half. Looking for Massey and caught by Massey inside the 30-yard line.
Nice catch by
Oh, that's a great catch by Massey.
Clock continues to run. Parker will spike it. So now all of a sudden things do change that are in scoring range.
Yeah, and I think
It'll be second down and 10.
I think that scoreboard clock at 21 is not correct, J-Dub. I don't know if the official will clarify or not, but on that pass play, I don't know if the scoreboard clock in the stadium is running. So we might be less than 21. I'm not sure.
I've been impressed by Parker. He's thrown for 188 yards here in the first half.
And pretty much, the running game is non-existent thus far for the Ravens, so it's not like it's a mystery. The Chargers know that he's going to come out slinging.
Massey, Howe, Dixon have all done a terrific job in terms of catching the football. They fake it. Parker for the end zone. Looking for Alex Benitez, and that is incomplete. Sending Alex Benitez, the running back, on a fly pattern, a wheel pattern. Had a little opening, but just could not connect, and that brings up third down.
Get good coverage there. And I guess we are set at 15 seconds remaining, so I guess everything is good clockwise. And here's a big play right here. Charger defense, bend but don't break. We'll see where they fall here.
Third and 10 from the 30. 15 seconds left to go, second quarter. Parker under pressure. Buying time. Over the middle, bounces that one as he was looking for Jameer Dixon. That'll bring up fourth down with 8 seconds left to go.
Incomplete. It'll be fourth down and 10.
Jack Quander was in the backfield trying to chase him down.
Yeah, that play took a lot of time off the clock. And obviously, offense will stay on the field much too far for a field goal. And the Ravens really need 6 here. Almost a 50-yard attempt. That's not going to be something that we...
Parker has time, fires for the end zone, and it is incomplete. One second left to go, so the Chargers will just take a knee.
Perfect pass was intended for Austin Howe.
Austin Howe, the intended receiver in the end zone.
Yeah, get good coverage on that backside by the Chargers. They withstood a little waiver there on that long completion.
So there's Ed Roos making the official call. That's the end of the first half. At the break, here in West Haven, Connecticut, the Chargers lead the Franklin Pierce Ravens 28-13. Keep it here in the Chargers Sports Network on Flow Sports for a performance from our halftime performance with our band, cheerleaders, the color guard, and the dance team.
Ladies and gentlemen, in what has become an annual tradition here at the University of New Haven, the New Haven Cheerleaders and Dance Team held a special community clinic and are proud to be enjoyed on the field today by the clinic attendees, all 22 of them. The New Haven cheerleaders are coached by Alexis Menu and Taylor Quota, and the captains are Bella Douglas and Casey Gale. The New Haven dance team is coached by Ashley McLean and Kelly Mirando, and the captains are Irene Tucker, Angela Native, Sage Sarah and Elena Lowe. Please welcome onto the field the New Haven cheer and dance teams. They are terrific. Ladies and gentlemen, your present and future New Haven cheer and dance teams. One more big round of applause for the present and the future. And to continue our halftime performance, please welcome to the field the University of New Haven Miss Majorettes. Ladies and gentlemen, making this interest. And now, you've been waiting just about 10 months. It is with great pride that we introduce the New Haven Marching Band, led by Director Jason McGraw and Assistant Director Craig Dawson. The color guard designed by Caitlin Hyde. Drum majors are Caitlin Beecham, Allison White, and Devin Father. The marching band began halftime performances 14 years ago with just 20 members. Has increased rapidly to the 260 members today. The 2024 program is entitled True Colors. Songs include True Colors, Painted Black, Green Day's Holiday, Rainbow Collection, and Chuck Avery from Color Purple. It doesn't get much better than this. It is with great pride that we present the University of New Haven Chargers Marching Band. Great job, gang.
Welcome back to Dellacamera Stadium here in West Haven. J.W. Stewart along with Steve Kunze, and welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. At the half, it's 28-13 in favor of New Haven. Home opener, conference opener, family day, a lot going on, and so far the fans have been treated to a pretty cool show.
It's been an entertaining game, actually, J-Dub. That Franklin Pierce offense is perplexing. I mean, they're pretty much unable to run the ball. But they are throwing the ball with authority against this very, very stout New Haven defense. And I think it's got to be a little worrisome to Coach Pintz and his staff that, Adrian Parker, the young quarterback for Pierce, is thrown well. He's been accurate. He's been poised under pressure. His receivers are making good plays. And, 28-13 is a nice lead for the Chargers. But, the Ravens are hanging around.
They are. Yeah, Adrian Parker has been very, very impressive, the quarterback for Franklin Pierce. First half stats, 14 of 24. Coach, he's thrown for 226 yards in the first half.
Yeah, and pretty much with the Charger defense knowing that he's going to throw. Yeah, and the Charger defense is really one of the top D2 defenses in the country.
Yep. Andrew Molesky, who's their starting running back, saw him limp off with a non-contact injury.
Yeah.
As soon as we get a report, we'll let you know. We'll know certainly because Franklin Pierce will have the ball to start the second half, so we'll know if he's in the offensive backfield or not. But you know what? Despite the numbers for Parker, the big numbers, Dale Menard's played equally well. He's thrown for $175 in the first half.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and they've mixed it up pretty well early on. Zayon was running the ball really well, as well as Chris Ace. Early on, they established a run, and then Dalen took off and made some nice throws. He really did. He looked poised in the pocket, and with this new cast of wide receivers, people are stepping up.
Yeah, Josh Samot, Matt Chandler, Logan Schmidt, Mikey Canes. This kind of next batch, as you mentioned, his new crew of wide receivers.
Zoltan Panye with a nice play.
Zoltan Panye had a nice catch. It resulted in a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so it's a wide receiver by committee as opposed to a feature person. And that's okay as long as the job gets done.
Last point from us before we send it down to the field. Coach Pintz talked about getting 3, 4, 5 big chunk plays. He got that in the first half. 39-yard touchdown to Josh Samot, 28-yard touchdown to Matt Chandler, and Logan Schmidt had a 37-yard catch that set up a touchdown run.
Yeah, just Chargers need to limit those chunks, and I think we're getting about ready to go down to the field for Joe.
Sounds good. Let's head down to Joe and McKenzie on the field. Take it away, guys. All right, we apologize for the technical difficulties there with Joe and Mackenzie. When we get a chance, we'll reestablish them on the field. But we're getting ready for the start of the second half here. It's 28-13 in favor of the Chargers. Franklin Pierce won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. Josh Hamill will kick it off for UNH. And another touchback. So the Ravens will take over at the 25. Once again, Adrian Parker out of Manchester High School in Connecticut. Their sophomore quarterback has been very, very impressive in the first half. 226 yards and a touchdown, which went to Cameron Massey. Cameron out of East Hartford, Connecticut. 3 catches, 100 yards out the nose in the first half.
And some great athletic plays, catching balls in traffic. So the wideouts, respectively, all of them for the Ravens have done a great job. And Parker's also done a great job finding them.
And I don't see number 27, Andrew Molesky, in the backfield. That's Romello Hyde again. Parker goes over the middle, complete for a first down to Tristan Evans. Gain of 12. So the fact that we don't see Molesky on the field to start the second half is a very telling sign, Coons.
Yeah, and I'll try to find his number over on the other side, but he may already be back inside in street clothes. Those non-contact injuries are scary when they happen.
And there is Hyde, tackled for minimal gain by Devon Cologne. I don't see, looking on the far side, I don't see 27 standing up in our line of sight anywhere, Kuntz. So either A, he's on the bench in the back, or B, he's back in the locker room.
Yep.
So Cologne with a tackle for no gain. Line of scrimmage at 38. And Hyde, gain of about 2. And once again, Devon Cologne in on the stop. We've called his name quite a bit today.
Yeah, interesting, the Ravens going back-to-back runs there after Parker has shown a lot of confidence back there throwing.
The 3rd and 7. Parker has time, goes underneath. That is Jameer Dixon, who slips a tackle and has a first down.
Parker's pass is to me complete to Jameer Dixon. A pickup of 9 and a first down for the Ravens.
So Adrian Parker well on his way to a 300-plus yard game.
And he's getting time to throw. He really is. A defense as good as the Chargers, when they know what you're going to do and yet you still achieve, that's saying something.
Parker, quick release on that one. Once again to the far side. Caught for a nice gain by Tristan Evans. Gain of about 7.
Looks like a penalty on the play.
Offside. Defense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's David Abalanoa, guilty of the penalty. And that will give Franklin Pierce a first down. Easy to see why Adrian Parker, last year as a freshman, made the all-rookie team here in the NE10.
Yeah, that's a true freshman coming out of the gates and performing, and he's just kind of picking up where he left off last year. So they're in good shape at the quarterback position, looking down the line. They just need a little bit more, in the running game, and then they'll have the full complement.
1st and 5, Hyde gets the call. Joe Vitale in on the tackle for UNH. Vitale made the NE10 All-Second team a year ago.
And J-Dub, across the field at around the 30, I see a player in a T-shirt and a crutch.
Yeah.
And that very well could be
it could be Andrew Molesky.
It could be Molesky right there after that looked like a lower leg injury when he went out. So he might be done for the afternoon.
Yeah, Romello Hyde remains in the backfield next to Parker. Parker being chased, and he will be sacked. Lucas Young gets to him.
It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, good,
Second sack of the day for the Chargers.
Yeah, good coverage sack right there, J-W. He had time initially to throw, but a defensive backfield for the Chargers. So impressive so many times. Did their job and allowed the defense to finally get through and sack Parker.
So here we are, 3rd down. And Parker will throw that one incomplete once again, looking for number 88, Tristan Evans.
Intended for Tristan Evans. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
That brings up 4th down.
The Chargers bringing the blitz on that play and possibly force Parker into rushing that throw. And it was good coverage on the back end as well. So good stand for the Chargers defense right there.
All right, Ravens will punt it away. Simons, and that is caught, fair caught by Logan Schmidt.
Fair catch there by Logan Smith.
Out comes Dale Menard and company. Menard once again in the first half threw for 2 touchdowns and 175 yards on 10 of 16 passing. One of the keys to victory for Coach Pintz was to get Dalen on the perimeter. He wanted him to get him out of the pocket, let him play catch on the perimeter.
Yep, and a couple of his long throws, ironically, he was in the pocket. So that's a nice little wrinkle that we don't often see. They like to run him out if they can, but he played well first half.
From the 17, Dalen. And on the crossing route, that is complete and out of bounds. That's Mikey Caines.
That was a nice rollout and throw. That was coming right at us, J-Dub. And that's Menard at his best right there, rolling out and giving himself a nice wide open lane to find the receiver. And that was a nice throw and a nice grab by Mikey Caines.
When we saw the team in August, they were just beginning training camp. They had their media day. We didn't know who was going to win the quarterback battle. It was going to be Dalen Menard or Jack Chandler. Chris Pinson said that Dalen had the better camp. Throws behind Josh Zamot there as Dalen was thrown down. But Dalen had the better camp, plus he had played the majority of last year. To Coach Pinson's, he thought it was a pretty easy decision.
Yeah, and he finished strong last year. He had that great game on the road in the NCAA playoff game down in West Virginia. He just lit it up down there against a nationally ranked team, and carried that confidence through to training camp and won the job outright.
Dalen, a second-year grad student from Boston College. And there's Chris Ace out to the 35. The two-headed monster of Chris Ace and Zayon Laney combined for most of the rushing yards in the first half. As a team, UNH ran for 87. Zayon had 65. Ace had 29. Both have found the end zone today. Yeah,
it's been a good compliment. And when you have two runners of that caliber, it's just so nice to equally distribute the workload.
3rd and 3. Off play action. And that is caught for a first down. Evan Chica. Evan Chica is the backup tight end, sophomore out of Lindenhurst, New York.
Evan Chica. That'll be another.
Love these new guys coming in and making contributions.
Yep. 88 was Mikey Caines last year. Now he's 3.
Yeah.
Chica and Mikey are right next to one another in a stack formation. Nice catch by Chica to move the sticks. Play action yet again. Dalen has time. Wide open. Mikey Caines. Caught for the touchdown.
They had the twin stacks on either side, and I'm not sure the defense for the Ravens knew what was going on.
56 yards. Another big chunk play that Coach Pintz was looking for. He got it. Play action continues to work to open up those big plays down the field. And pending the PAT, it's 34-13.
Yeah, that double stack. If you're a coordinator and you're not expecting something like that, that is certainly something that your guys back there are going to be a little bit confused about.
Nice job by Matt Chandler to get the ball down. And Josh Hamill, I think, hit the scoreboard.
Yeah, he did. I think he took out a light bulb there. But that was a great play by Chandler to get that snap down. That was not a good snap, and he made a great play.
See if we get a replay here from our crew in a minute. But that was a terrific play. And again, Daniel Menard continues to deal. 251 yards right now, Kuntz, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's, again, there have been some receivers that have been open, but sometimes those are the hardest guys to hit in stride, and he's put the ball right where he needed to. Has also made a couple of great throws in traffic. And, when the passing game, with all these new faces catching the ball, is coming together like that, it's a great sign. Early in the season, when things are just starting to kind of get built and you've got conference play beginning, it's perfect timing.
To your point, Kuntz, he's hit 7 different receivers today and 3 different ones for touchdowns.
Yeah, that's great. If you don't have to focus on one guy, you can distribute the wealth, and that just makes them more dangerous.
Plus another big play from the pocket for Dalen, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
35-13, 9:18 left to go, third quarter. Hamill boots it away. And that will be another touchback.
Yep. And again, J-Dub, that's a credit to that offensive line, too. And he's able to be comfortable in the pocket and make those nice throws because he's getting the time from the big fellas up front.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up, Kuntz. We talked to a lot of those offensive linemen on Media Day, and we asked them, do you guys enjoy pass blocking more or run blocking more? They said pass blocking.
Yeah.
Normally, offensive linemen usually want to fire off the ball and hit someone rather than backpedal.
Yep.
But all those guys, John Thomas, Matt Prudhomme, Justin Cesaire, I think we asked Sam Faulkner about it. Neil Brown, right?
Yeah.
All these guys said they want to pass block.
Yep. I think they like the almost the ballet movement of the footwork and the handwork.
Here's Parker on the move. Complete to Massey, who's had 100 yards receiving in the first half. And that one is a couple of yards shy of the first down marker.
And Massey a little slow getting up, but I think he's all right. Took a couple of hits down there on the way down.
Well, down 22, and without your number 1 running back, the offensive play calling for Russell Gaskamp is probably one-dimensional the rest of the way.
Yeah, if it was one-dimensional before the injury, it certainly is now.
2nd and 2. 5 on the play clock.
Looks like they're changing things up.
Another late change, and that's going to be delay a game. Their 3rd one today, Kuntz.
Yep. When he's changing the plays, either from the quarterback or the bench, it's just too slow. It's just not happening quick enough.
So instead of 2nd and 2, it's now 2nd and 7. Ed Roos, there you see him in your screen, making the call.
It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Mentioned all the penalties that Franklin Pierce had last week, and they've had some more bad penalties today. Russell Gaskamp was saying that last week, in the loss to Assumption, they had the 2nd most penalties he's ever had in his career, 14. He said the most he ever had was 18 when he was coaching Oklahoma Panhandle. Parker directing traffic with the defense closing in. Man open over the middle. It is caught. It is caught by Tristan Johnson and eventually brought down by Brian Whitmore.
Yeah, if Whitmore just turns around on that high looping pass, I think he has an easy pick, but back to the play, back to the thrower, and pass was completed.
And Parker closing in on 300 yards.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 26. Ravens trying to respond here, down 22. Parker underneath again, caught by JoJo Gonzalez. 4 Chargers rally to the football, including number 4, Deb O'Malley, number 20, Jalen Fisher. 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I think Coach Scott, regardless of what happens here, the Chargers lead is fairly safe. but you never know, obviously. But I think Coach Scott will certainly go back to the drawing board and look at his pass defense because, Adrian Parker certainly had success today through the air.
Parker for the corner. Caught for the touchdown.
Touchdown Ravens. Parker to Josiah Gonzalez.
It is JoJo Gonzalez who comes down with it. Heck of a play by JoJo Gonzalez.
Yeah, and just an outstanding throw. Fairly well covered on that far corner, but that was a great corner throw by Parker. Just continues to dazzle. And his wideouts, that Connecticut connection, I don't think they've dropped the ball all day.
JoJo Gonzalez went to Platt High School in Meriden, Connecticut. And we mentioned Adrian Parker from Manchester. Here's Startzell for the point after. Missed one earlier, not here. That makes it 35-20. And what's the stats now on young Mr. Parker?
I think he's up over 300. 329 live stats say. So he is just, the hits just keep coming. That young man is putting it up. And here's the replay right here. Wow. I mean, that's a great, and it's a great catch, obviously, but that throw was put exactly where it had to be.
As you mentioned before, Coons, Parker, only a sophomore.
Yeah, the future is bright for Pierce. I think they're in a real good place. They might be a year or two away, but he's only a sophomore, and they're certainly going to build more pieces on the running game side of the ball. And he's a special player.
Khalil Eason and Zayon Laney back to receive. Starts out, will kick it off. And the wind again on the south part of the end zone, wreaking havoc and knocking the ball off the tee.
I think if they squib it, if they're able to, they should just pitch it back to Khalil and see if he's nearby.
There was one time earlier today where Zayon, when he scooped it up off the turf, I saw him look back.
Yeah, I mean, that's any way you can get the ball into Khalil's hands.
And there is the squib. And Khalil will field it at the 15. Got a 15-yard return out to the 30-yard line. First time Khalil's touched the ball today on a kick return, and only the second time he's touched the ball all day.
It looked like he had a seam there, but I think he made a wrong turn. He went right back into the blocker, the tackler as well. And, it's hey, they're going to have to get creative back there if they're going to continue to squib kick on him.
Meantime, Dale Menard, who's thrown for 251 yards and 3 touchdowns, will have the football at right around the 29-yard line with Zayon Laney in the backfield. And Zayon out beyond the 30 as he's tackled by Trey Sejor.
The ball carrier pick up a 3. It'll be second down and 7.
3-yard gain for Zayon.
Trey Sejor with the stop for the Ravens.
Well, certainly if the Chargers can establish a little bit of a run game here, it's going to be to their benefit as far as burning time and keeping that defense of Pierce on the field.
Zayon weaving amongst the trees, hurdles a defender out near the 40-yard line, and it looks like he has enough for the first down.
Well, that's a great run. Just so patient and just waiting for things to open up.
It is a first down for Zayon and company.
And Laney's up to 76 yards on the ground. And
Zayon put it on the turf, but a fortuitous bounce, bounced down and right back up.
Yeah.
Once again, Trey Sejor on the tackle.
It'll be second down and 1.
Second and 1 on the gain of 9 for Zayon. Chargers going quick here. And That looks like it'll be another first down. As Zayon able to stretch the football out.
Yeah, that's a clock-friendly drive right there. Under 5 minutes left in the third quarter, J-Dub.
Koontz, you were talking about the offensive line. We should mention the Chargers have a new offensive line coach in Adrian Bernori, who took over Walt Kuzmyrek, who's now with the Jets. Adrian's done a really good job. When we were talking to the offensive linemen in camp, they raved about him. He had just really started.
They bought in immediately. It sounded like they were really in love with his philosophies. As great as the previous regime was, they really bought in right off the bat, and that says something to the the quality of coaches that are associated with Pintz.
Jalen Bynes guilty of being offside, so a free 5 yards for UNH, make it 1st and 5. Offensive linemen call Adrian Bernori, they call him AB, call him by his initials. Coach Pintz saying Adrian's done well. It's a new system for him to learn. He's lucky he's got an older group to work with.
There you go, yep. And they're all veteran guys and probably easy to teach as well.
Swing pass to Zayon, and that'll be another first down for UNH.
I think to start this game, the Pierce defense would have been more worried about Chris Ace and really not even thinking about Zayon Laney. And it's been Laney that's really become the feature back today. So again, just speaks to the depth at the running back position that they always seem to have here with Coach Pintz.
Off play action to Zayon. Dalen looking for Mikey Canes, just out of his reach.
Menard's pass intended for Mikey Canes.
Justin Mays covering on the play.
It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Zayon should be closing in on 100 yards, I believe, Koontz, right?
Yeah, 86. Yep. 12 carries, 86 yards. Nice, tidy 7-yard average.
I believe it would be his first career 100-yard game if he's able to pass the century mark
Yeah,
today.
he had a couple of good games, as you mentioned, when Chris Ace was hurt. But that's nice to hear if he can get to the century mark today.
Zayon bumps into the defensive front and is thrown back. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Pick up over 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
So we'll say he gained a yard before he was thrown back to make it 3rd and 9.
Well, he truly is receiver by committee. I mean, Coach Pintz bringing in like sets of 3 new receivers almost every play.
Matt Chandler, number 82, here at the bottom of your screen. Dalen, designed rollout. And he's just going to have to throw it away. Matt Chandler was in the area, but Dalen was running out of time as he was being pressured by Jalen Bynes. Brings up 4th down. Chris Ace coming back onto the field right now on a 4th and long in kind of this no man's land.
Yeah, you almost would think about trying to pin them back with a punt, but that's not Coach Pintz. He's that offensive mastermind. He's always thinking aggressive.
Former quarterback at Boston University. Dalen might be trying to draw them off sides with the play clock at 5. And Coach Pintz will call a timeout. And they'll talk about it. Again, with the ball on the 38-yard line, it's going to be too far for a field goal. But with a terrific putter like Luke Sylvia, why not pin him back and let the defense do its job?
Yeah, it sets up the way he punts the ball with his little lateral run out, almost rugby pooch. It would be a perfect scenario. You'd figure at least inside the 15 or 10, and that's just going to pin the Ravens back. It's just what you want.
Hamill and Luke Sylvia are basically going to split the punting duties this season. Hamill's left-footed. Luke is right-footed.
Yep.
So depending on the spot, what Pintz wants to do, where he wants to put the ball, he can choose one or the other. And so far coming into today, Sylvia's punted 5 times for an average of 39 yards, while Hamill's punted twice for an average of 40 yards. So you're getting about the same average, at least through 2 games.
Yep. And offense coming back out.
That's Chris Ace in the backfield with Dalen. Zoltan Panye, number 87, the tight end there as well. And once again, Matt Chandler at the bottom of the screen. Dalen Going to the far side, and we have a flag on the far side as Dalen.
Yeah, pretty obvious call there, and
He's looking for Ethan Williams.
boy, that works out perfect for the Chargers.
Rashad George guilty of the penalty.
That receiver got beyond the defender, and that's that classic face guarding DPI call that they're going to flag every single time. So here we are thinking that maybe the punt was in order, but of course not.
No.
First down, Chargers.
Ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line. And there's Chris Ace lowering his shoulder and getting to the 20. First time we've had a chance to call Ethan Williams' name today. Grad student, first year with the program, began his career at Boston College, where he no doubt crossed paths with Dale Menard.
Absolutely.
And then went to UConn before coming here.
It's so neat to see the journey that some of these players take on their way to wherever it is they land, potentially D2 coming from D1 programs.
There's Ace. Tried to hurdle a defender. But a nice tackle by Anthony Salviati. Gain of 2. Actually, we'll say no gain on the play, so 3rd and 8.
See Josh Hamill warming up there with his helmet on behind the Charger sideline, so might see him in for what's going to be, if they get stalled here, 3rd and 8. 37-yard field goal, 38-yarder, certainly within his range.
Off play action, Dalen looking for Matt Chandler, incomplete. Justin Mays on the coverage. Brings up 4th down. And with the ball on the 20 or 21-yard line, it would be a 38-yard field goal for Josh Hamill.
Yeah, I mean, a clean snap, and it should be, I don't want to say automatic, but certainly within his range as long as everything's clean on the snap and the hold.
UNH has only attempted 1 field goal this season. Hamill missed a 38-yarder in the season opener against Slippery Rock. This from 37, no good. Wide right, and it will remain 35-20. Coach Pinn saying he's got a strong leg, but he's not accurate.
Well, there you go. I mean, he's got to clean that up. He certainly has the power. Snap was good, hold was perfect. And, I mean, he kicked a rocket, but just wide of the mark. Officials are talking. I didn't see a flag on the field, but.
The ruling on the field is the kick was no good. There was no foul on the play.
Thank you, Ed Roos. And Chris Pinson's is disagreeing.
Not sure what it didn't look like anything out of the ordinary there. Of course, we're not down there,
No.
but maybe something in the scrum was not to coach's liking. But yeah, I mean, the kicking game is certainly a confidence game, and Hamill's got all the physical tools that you could have in a kicker, but that's a kick he's got to make. 3 points is to go up 18 is big, but
Yep.
the defense has to reset, and Mr. Parker is putting on a show.
So instead of a three-possession game, it remains a 2-possession game. And Hamill now 0 for 2 on field goals this year, as Parker gets it to Romello Hyde, and Hyde bobbled the ball, but the referees will say incomplete. He never had control of it.
It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that short pass was tough to handle there, and
We are in the 3rd quarter, $1:23 left to go. The home opener and the conference opener for UNH. Conference opener for both teams, as a matter of fact. Hyde out to about the 26-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Looks like Jake Hoffman, 55 for the Chargers, is being looked at by the trainer. Came off with a little nick
Started
on
his career at the University of Miami before coming here. And he's just slammed his helmet here as he walks along the near sideline. So you know he's in some pain as he heads towards the trainer table.
And it's funny, these athletes know, they know their bodies well, and so they're upset on a certain injury. They know that it could be something serious.
3rd and 4 from the 27. Empty backfield for Parker. Ball is stripped momentarily, but Parker picks it up and is able to complete it to Austin Howe. And Howe out beyond midfield and into Charger territory. Ryan Montalvo had knocked the ball away, but Parker, calm, cool, and collected, able to come up with a big play.
And he's a sophomore, and he's got the wherewithal to
He looks like a seasoned pro.
pick up the fumble, and not only pick up the fumble, but make something of the play and complete it for a first down.
15 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Parker again being chased. Avoids 2 sacks and is able to complete the pass for a minimal gain. But what an amazing athletic exhibition
How in the
by
world?
Adrian Parker. He's half Houdini.
Yeah, and I think he lost something there. He said might have been a towel there, but unbelievable.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter, with the Chargers leading the Franklin Pierce Ravens 35-20.
The Ravens 20. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the 20-yard line on the north end of the field, opposite the scoreboard, for a special performance by our New Haven dance team. Let's hear it for our New Haven dance team. All right, fans, quickly get those 50-50 raffle tickets out. The winning number is 314-3651. It's 314-3651.
Back underway in the 4th quarter. J.W. Stewart, Steve Kunze, Joe Claus, and Mackenzie Gardner with you here. Delacamer Stadium in West Haven, Connecticut on Family Day. And the Chargers hoping to move to 2-1 while the Ravens trying to win their first game of the season. Franklin Pierce has done pretty well offensively. They'd scored 24 points total coming into today's game. They put up 20, mostly because of what the quarterback has done, and Parker will pull it down and run and gain about 5.
Yeah, he just seems to never get rattled, J-Dub. Doesn't matter what's thrown at him. He continues to make positive out of a potential negative.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Matt Scott says and does with his defense. Again, they all, bend but don't break. They've given up 20 points, but they've given up a lot of big plays. They've missed some tackles. They've missed some sacks. Parker to JoJo Gonzalez. And sniffed out perfectly by Dante Kitt.
Yeah, Parker passing yardage up to 356, J-Dub. So he's sniffing 400 yards through the air.
Yeah, 356 was what his total was through 3 quarters and 2 touchdowns. He's thrown the ball 34 times. 3rd and 8. Here comes Joe Vitale. Vitale can't bring him down either. Once again, Parker gets away and gets it to Austin Howe, although it would be well shy of the 1st down. However, considering the score and their place on the field, I would imagine that Russell Gaskamp would have to go for it here on 4th and 5.
Yeah, yep. And, you know, Parker, last few pass attempts, I mean, the Chargers are definitely changing their mindset, and they're blitzing him, and they're getting some pressure on him, but he's able to escape. And it's amazing the tackles he's breaking. You know, on a defense that is so sure as far as their tackling is concerned. He is just really hard to bring down.
He's been sacked twice, but he's escaped many others. He probably should have been sacked 4 or 5 times today. From the 35 on 4th and 5. Caught again over the middle. Finding a hole in the Chargers defense. Finally, Joe Vitale brings down the receiver, Tristan Evans, down to the 15-yard line.
Yep.
Every time they've needed to make a big play, Adrian Parker delivers.
Yep, Evans was, he found a seam across the middle and was wide open.
Well, if they score a touchdown here, then this game gets really, really interesting here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, it sure does.
Running play for the Ravens this time. That's Montez Boswell getting the carry.
Boswell, the carrier. Pick up a 1.
Gain of 1.
2nd down and 9. Stop for your Chargers.
Adrian Parker's put up some outstanding numbers today. Certainly will be in the conversation for NE10 Offensive Player of the Week. Man in motion. Parker heads that way. Once again being chased by the Chargers. Into the end zone and caught for a touchdown. It's Cameron Massey.
Touchdown Ravens. Parker to
Yep, that scrambling effect, and the defense, you know, lost their marks, and the guys were left unattended at the goal line. And I'm thinking a 2-pointer right here, J-Dub.
They're actually going to bring out the kicker.
They brought the kicker out. I thought they'd try the 2 now to cut it to 7. But playing it safe.
Yeah, the decision is to go for 1 instead of 2 by Russell Gaskamp. This is Nolan Startzell, who's missed the PAT today. That one is good to make it 35-27. 8-point game with still a lot of time left to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, when he scrambles, here's the replay right here from the ground level, and he, you know, he's able to, when he scrambles, that's one of the previous plays prior to the score, but when he scrambles, J-Dub, the defense are losing people, and he's finding guys in those seams across the center of the field. He's finding open players.
He's completed 68% of his passes for 376 yards.
Yeah.
For more information on becoming a corporate partner, visit New Haven.
And Massey continues to add to his totals. He had 132 receiving yards coming into the quarter, and is up to 152, I believe that says.
Yep. So he's adding to his total.
So Startzell will kick it off. We'll see if he'll squib kick it again.
Let that go out of bounds.
Zayon Laney will let it bounce out of bounds, and this will bring out another penalty flag. And the Chargers will start from the 35. Russell Gaskamp said the magic number was 24. He felt that he get to 24 points, he could win the game.
Yeah.
He's going to need more than 27.
Well, you know, and the pressure now is on the Chargers offense, because I think Adrian Parker is feeling some confidence right now. He feels if he goes back out there, he's gonna score a touchdown. He's gonna throw for a score. So it's just up to the Chargers to burn some clock, try to establish a little bit of a run game, and have Dalen continue to find open receivers.
Yeah, in years past, this is where New Haven would lean on its offensive line and running game. We'll see if they do that here with 10:43 left to go in the game. Chris Ace gets the call. Ball, it seems to be loose. Franklin Pierce motioning that they have it, but I don't.
On the field was a runner was down. Second down.
So Ed Roos making the call that Chris Ace was down before the ball ever popped out.
Yeah, Zayon Laney with 87 yards on the day, and Chris Ace only with 38 on 11 carries. So it's been Laney that's stepped up and has been the premier guy out of the backfield.
Remember, a week ago, it was Chris Ace who ran for $120 against Pace.
Yep.
But has been pretty much bottled up today. Empty backfield for Dalen on a 2nd and 8. Ravens blitz 1 as Menard gets it to Josh Zamat, and Zamat immediately tackled by Sam Camara III.
Pass is complete to Christian Ace. A pickup of 1. It'll be
Yeah, the Ravens had that sniffed out right away. And a 3 and out is definitely not what you want for the Chargers. Put that ball back in Parker's hands is not something you want to do with 9 minutes and change left. It's a big play right here for the Chargers.
It's Ace in the backfield on a 3rd and 8. Ravens bring pressure. Dalen over the middle to Zoltan Panye. He's a yard shy of the first down marker.
It'll be 4th down and 1.
First down marker is at the 45. Zoltan tackled at about the 44.
Yeah, Pins definitely wants to hold on to this ball, J-Dub. Definitely doesn't want to punt it away.
But if you turn it over here, you're giving the Ravens a short field. And Dalen, going with a hard count, actually fooled his offensive line. It's one of the Chargers who jumped.
Full start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty.
Now that changes, that flips the script a little bit. And we'll see Luke Sylvia out for the punt.
That's Sam Faulkner. We weren't sure we would see Sam today because of his shoulder injury, but it's Sam whistled for the false start. And now Luke Sylvia will punt it away with 8.5 minutes left to go in a 1-possession game.
First, Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce will take its first time out with 8.5 left to go. Coach, you know, we've talked about the growth of the Franklin Pierce program. This is proof positive. They continue to get close. They continue to make improvements year after year.
Yeah, like we said to start the broadcast, J-Dub, Coach Gass said, you know, he's expecting wins, and he thinks his team could challenge for a conference title very soon. And, you know, right now they're a pass-only offense, but the way they play the passing game is so effective, it really puts your defense on their heels. And there's just a eon of time right now, 8.5 minutes left in the quarter.
JoJo Gonzalez, who had that amazing touchdown catch earlier, is back to receive the punt at the 25-yard line from Luke Sylvia. And Luke booms it deep, and JoJo forced to call a fair catch and brings it in around the 15-yard line. So Luke Sylvia, one of those unsung heroes, able to flip the field.
Yeah, that was a thing of beauty right there. Beautiful spiral.
We'll see if the Chargers defense can rise to the occasion as they have so many times in years past.
Yeah, they're losing receivers in coverage whenever Parker scrambles wide to either side. So I'm sure Coach Scott is preaching to his guys. Make sure you have your eyes on key people, and you know, pressure to the quarterback is going to be huge. they know what he's going to do. He's going to pass.
The receiving core for Franklin Pierce has had a huge day. And with Parker closing in on 400 yards. Parker looks like he's going to be sacked by Jack Quander. And it is Jack Quander, the reigning NE10 defensive lineman of the year. One of the 4 captains on this Chargers squad. Parker's been able to play Houdini. Not that time with Jack Quander.
Yeah, it seems like we haven't seen Parker sacked in a dog's year, but that was a really great time to get that sack.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15, back to the 10-yard line.
And Quander, the KG veteran, right?
He is. Quander made first team all-conference last year, of course, being the defensive lineman of the year. Comes up with a huge defensive play here. Another big defensive play. That's Devon Cologne in the middle. We've called his name quite a bit today.
That was a peculiar play call there.
On a 2nd and 15 to run the draw.
Yeah, almost you've kind of thrown away a down.
Didn't fool Devon Cologne. It's 3rd and 14 from the 11, and it's 4-down territory from here on out for Franklin Pierce. We'll see if Matt Scott brings any blitzers or if he'll drop everyone into coverage. He drops 8 into coverage. Parker over the middle. It is caught by JoJo Gonzalez, but it looks like he's a yard or so shy of the first down. First down markers at the 25. Looks like JoJo got to the 24.
Looks like, yeah, just shy of the chain.
Of course, JoJo popped up and immediately signaled first down.
Yeah, of course. And as you said, I mean, it is 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes to go in the game.
You're not punting the ball back.
No, they've got to get first down.
And Chris Pinsence will call a timeout.
It looked like the Ravens were lined up for almost a sneak, if you will. They had everyone backed up behind Parker real close, almost as if they were going to push it.
Yeah, they haven't run the ball well effectively today, but this play would certainly be a key time to run the football with, you would think, Parker. If you joined us late, Andrew Molesky, their starting running back, late in the first half on a run play, just fell down with no one around him. We've not seen him since. A non-contact injury.
Yeah, I think we did to start the second half. Saw him in street clothes with a crutch. So yeah, I'm hoping it's not an Achilles or something like that.
So we'll see what Russell Gaskamp, the Franklin Pierce coach, dials up here on 4th and 1 from the 24. Parker under center off play action is going to be pushed out of bounds shy of the first down. Turnover on downs by Adrian Parker and the Ravens.
Wow, to think that they didn't have enough confidence in their run game to just get a yard. It might not have been a yard either. That was a strange call, and maybe they felt athletically that Parker could get around the end if things broke down, but that's a big play right there. Talk about flipping the field position. The Chargers are looking good right now with 6 minutes and change to go in the game.
Jai Jenkins, the reigning defensive player of the year, pushed him out of bounds to force the turnover. And the Chargers will keep it on the ground with Zayon Laney. Yeah, I thought at the snap of the ball off play action that Parker had some room on the edge. I know the Chargers were in pursuit, but it
looked like he was really looking to pass first.
Yeah.
On a 3rd and a little less than 1, which on a down that you needed to have. I mean, but
yeah, interesting choice.
Yep.
Interesting play call. It works in New Haven's favor.
Yep.
Yeah, with under 6 to play and the 2nd and 7 already in field goal range. Dalen will keep it himself. Menard looked like he'd open lane to the end zone and he tripped.
Oh my goodness. I was just about ready to say, what a great call for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
Despite the trip and fall, he actually did fall far enough to get the first down.
And that'll be another Charger.
I imagine when they're watching the film tomorrow,
That was his touchdown to have.
Coach Pintz and his offensive line might needle him a little bit.
That's such a great call because we often wonder about that bootleg that they ran a few times last year, and we hadn't seen it yet today.
So the Chargers can actually get a first down here without scoring a touchdown. Line of scrimmage at the 11. Chris Ace spins off 2 tackles and is brought down inside the 5. Strong running by Chris Ace. Looks like they are down to about the 2-yard line.
We're talking about multiple efforts on Chris Ace's part. That was incredible.
The ball's just inside the 5-yard line. Ace remains in the backfield. And the whistle.
Prior to the snap, full start, offense.
Wow.
5-yard penalty.
And Zoltan Panye, the tight end, getting a head start.
We love Zoltan, but that's just a tough penalty to take in that position.
It'll be second down and 8.
You know who I've not seen in the game in a while, Kuntz, is Neil Brown, the right tackle, number 75. Remember, he had the ankle injury. They taped it up. He came back. I don't see him on the field right now. Another running play that gets stacked up.
Yeah, I wonder if it just stiffened up over time and they just didn't feel safe putting him back in. I see him on the sideline there with his helmet off, right about the 35-yard line. But it just could be it just wasn't right, and they didn't want to risk it.
John Thomas is in there right now. Jordan Griffin is in there, number 77. This is 3rd and 7. Ace again behind Dalen. Franklin Pierce looked like they were in the neutral zone. Sam Kamara III looked like he was getting a head start.
Third, final timeout.
Well, at this point, Kuntz 8-point lead. If you don't get the touchdown, you have Josh Hamill close range. You can make it a 2-score game.
Almost, literally almost an extra point. And, that's a kick that has to be made, and there you go. I feel bad for Dalen, though. That bootleg was going to go in for the score, and he just tripped up on the turf. But, yeah, it's been certainly a game that it's been entertaining, J-Dub, I tell you.
Probably a lot closer than many people expected.
Yeah, and all the credit in the world to that passing game for Pierce, led by Adrian Parker, young man, the sophomore, who's certainly got a bright future ahead of him. Be interesting to see how they progress as a program in the years to come with him under center.
So the Chargers are now out of timeouts. That was their 3rd and final one of the half. However, we do get the 2-minute warning. That will stop the clock. New college football rule this year. See what Coach Pintz dials up offensively coming out of the timeout. Mikey Kane's in motion. Ace inside the 5, but that's about it.
Just for Ace, the ball carrier.
Josh Hamill, being a left-footed kicker, wants the ball on the left hash mark, and that's pretty much where Chris Ace ended up.
Yep, it's all set up for him.
Chris Yaboa and Caden Hinton on the stop for the Ravens.
Timeout taken by the Ravens.
Yep, Russell Gaskamp out in the field at about the 23-yard line.
Second, timeout. Franklin Pierce.
The ball's at the 5, so this will be a 22-yard field goal.
3:05. 3:05,
I mean,
please.
it's something that he should make in his sleep. I mean, he's got all the physical skills in the world. Just a confidence thing, just like, the kicking position, more so than pretty much any position in sports, is just Such a mental thing, and think of it as an extra point. Put that to bed, yeah.
Hamill has tried 2 field goals this year. He's missed them both. 38-yarder in the season opener, 37-yarder earlier today. This from 22 with Matt Chandler to hold. And this one's going to be blown dead. It looks like Franklin Pierce jumped early. Kick was good.
Offside with contact. Defense, number 9. The penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal line.
So they move it a little bit closer. That's Chris Yeboah, guilty of the penalty.
You almost wish you could decline that penalty because he nailed that kick.
He did.
Let's just get off it to the sideline and be done with it, but he'll have to tee it up again.
So this will be a 19-yard field goal. And Hamill's kick is up and good to make it a 2-possession game with 3:05 to go. It's 38-27.
It's like a little extracurricular going on by the sideline there. No harm, no foul there. Just a little friendly bantering between the two squads after that field goal. And yeah, that's a good confidence builder. You know, albeit it's a very short field goal, but still, I mean, that's his first made field goal of the season.
Yeah, what a time for it.
Yeah, good time for it. Something you can build on. You know, like I said, you know, like we talked about, J-Dub, he's got worlds of talent, and he'll be here this year and next year, and hopefully he'll make a lot of field goals for the team.
Coming off the made field goal, Hamill will boot it again, and
The clock did not run. Will the game clock operator please reset the game clock to 3:02, please? 3:02.
so we have it correct in our graphics here, 3:02. It's now correct on the scoreboard. It did say 3:05. 3:02 left to go in the game. And with the exception of one kickoff, all of Hamill's kickoffs have been touchbacks today. And this one will be fielded at around the 17 by JoJo Gonzalez. And Gonzalez out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. And that is where Adrian Parker and the Ravens will take over with less than 3 to play, needing 2 scores.
12-yard return for Josiah Gonzalez.
A reminder coming up at the end of the game, Joe Claus will have an interview with Coach Pinsons and the player of the game. And Kuntz and I will hand out our game balls, as the Chargers are less than 3 minutes away from opening the home portion of their 2024 season with a victory to go to 2-1 overall and 1-0 in the NE10. But we'll see what magic Adrian Parker has up his sleeves right now. Parker is going to be tackled and sacked by number 57, Lucas Young. 4th sack of the game for the Chargers.
That's great coverage right there. That was a coverage sack if there ever was one, J-Dub. He had time to throw, but just great job by that defensive backfield to cover all the receivers. Nothing there for him.
Franklin Pierce only has 1 timeout remaining, plus the 2-minute warning in about 30 seconds. Parker, that one is incomplete. Great play there by Jalen Fisher, as Parker was trying to get it to JoJo Gonzalez.
Well, you know, the Raven offense was on the bench for a while during that, you know, elongated drive, punctuated by the penalties. So, you know, all that mojo there might have left Parker and company.
Parker closing in on 400 yards, I believe. 3rd and 14. Parker escapes the sack. Deep shot over the middle. No good. Looking for Jameer Dixon. Jai Jenkins was in coverage.
Yeah, just checking the official stats, J-Dub, it shows 403. So he has cleared 400 yards through the air, which is, I can't remember the last time I don't know if we called a 400-yard game.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up in the game notes
versus
here.
The Chargers.
Yeah. Not in the games that we've done over the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah, yep, exactly. Yep.
So 4th in the game right now for the Ravens. Parker over the middle and incomplete. Broken up by Dante Kitt. And that will just about do it. That's
a great play by Kitt because he was open there for a flash, but he closed on that ball extremely well and did it without committing an interference penalty as well. So great job there. And defense got the job done on that drive. That was the big drive. The Ravens needed to do something quickly on that drive, and they were unable to.
So we'll have the stoppage of the clock at the 2-minute warning. But with a 2-possession lead, this will be some runs and some knees. And there is Chris Ace off the left side and a touchdown, 25-yard touchdown to ice the game. Chris Ace. I think Mikey Caines was firing the cannon over there.
Yeah.
So much for, being conservative and taking a knee.
Yeah. I know it. I mean, that a little misdirection run was just what the doctor ordered there. He had just acres of blue to run through.
And I don't think that Franklin Pierce was really prepared for that either.
No, I don't think so.
There was no pursuit.
Nope.
Here's Hamill again for the PAT. That one is good. 45-27, although this is going to be a little bit of a deceiving score, Coons. This is the old cliche, closer than the score indicated.
Absolutely. I mean, they were like that pesky fly that you just can't swat. I mean, they were hanging around and so dangerous, with that aerial attack. But Chargers prevail, as they so often do here on the blue.
Second rushing touchdown for Chris Ace, by the way. He had been bottled up until that last carry there of 25 yards. He actually got off to the great start, right? First offensive drive of the game. It was him going down the field.
Yeah, he had that 4th down run on the pitch out, and then Zayon came in and really kind of saved the day on the ground.
So a satisfying feeling for Chris Ace and that offensive line and the Charger team in general. Up 45-27 with 2:03 to go. And Hamill, this one is going to be fielded at about the 1 by JoJo Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to reverse his field, and he's out to about the 10-yard line. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. I would think any moment now, Guy Barassa, our PA announcer, will make the announcement of who the player of the game is.
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
We know, but we're not going to give it away.
No, that's because we're professionals.
We are.
And we wouldn't do that. It's not fair to the listening audience.
We'll hand out our game balls
once
this is all said and done. And again, Joe Claus will talk with Coach Pintz after the game and the aforementioned player of the game, mystery man right now.
Yeah, game balls for us, J-Dub, that's tricky.
It is.
It's going to be more challenging this year because of the whole wide receiver by committee, and but that's okay. We're up for the challenge.
We are.
We're up for the challenge.
$1:55 to go here for the Ravens, who will start at their own 11-yard line. Parker out to Gonzalez.
Parker's pass is complete.
Out of bounds.
Pick up a
5-yard gain. That is a draw. And the Ravens are close to the first down marker. That's Romello Hyde with the ball.
Yeah, Ravens with a timeout left, but not even sure if we'll see them burn that.
Parker to Gonzalez, in and out of his hands, and into the stands.
That was a good angle on that ball. That shows you just how much arm strength he has. That ball was just a laser beam. Parker at 6'2", 230. He plays bigger than that, and he's just athletic. Yeah.
A lot of talent offensively and defensively on this team.
They're close.
Parker again on the run, and we'll just have to duck out of bounds. There's a flag behind the play. Ed Roos threw the flag.
Might have been an illegal block, a little kind of a crackback. It's like Coach Pintz discussing the alternatives.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense, number 22. A penalty is declined. Third down.
That's
Yeah.
Romello Hyde. Good call by you, Kuntz.
Yeah, I saw Pintz with the discussions. I think he was seeing if he could decline that penalty just to try to close this drive out. Now 3rd and long instead of 2nd and longer.
Yep. There goes Parker again. Looking for Jameer Dixon. And Dixon does have the catch, and that will be enough for a first down. Franklin Pierce has one more timeout left. Clock continues to roll. And Parker to the near side, and that is caught by Cameron Massey, who's one of those wide receivers who's had a monster day. Young man out of East Hartford, Connecticut, junior. We're talking about some of these receivers, Coons. Cameron Massey, junior. JoJo Gonzalez, sophomore. Austin Howe, sophomore.
Yeah, Massey up to 146 yards receiving, and that was before that last completion.
Parker dancing around. And that will be incomplete. Austin Howe, had he come up with it, that would have been a first down. Instead, it hit the turf. Here's the player of the game.
Today's recipient with 264 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, our quarterback, number 6, Dalen Menard.
You hear the announcement by Guy Barassa. Dale Menard, the player of the game. So Joe will talk to him and Coach Pinsence as soon as this game is over in less than a minute.
Yeah, that's you couldn't argue with that selection whatsoever, J-Dub. He had an outstanding game.
Parker, that one is incomplete. 2 defenders in the area for UNH, including Chris Ace and Chima Opara, able to break that up. Not the prettiest pass that Parker's thrown all day. Hung up there a little bit, little wounded duck, but still had the arm strength to get it down deep, close to the end zone. Tristan Johnson, the intended receiver, by the way.
Yeah, I love his never say die attitude. Obviously, the game is lost, but you couldn't see it by his play. He's still like Christian Ace might be down. Might be cramping. Just because he walked away from that defended pass and then went down 10, 15 yards up the field. So it's late. still summertime in West Haven, even though it was overcast today.
Yep.
And a lot hotter down on the turf.
No question.
So could be just a little bit of a cramping situation.
Not as hot as we've had some of these home openers in years past, that's
No,
for sure.
no. Obviously it's been cloudy all day, so and breezy. So from a fan perspective, it's been very comfortable. But the players are out there hitting and running, and they're padded up with a lot of stuff on. So could be a situation where he just needs a little liquid.
Well, Coach Pence was just happy to get back to a normal week. First week of the season, you're on the road traveling to Pennsylvania to play Slippery Rock. Then you got the quick turnaround. You're playing on a Friday night in Pleasantville, New York.
And he doesn't like to be
like
out of his
Friday.
routine.
No, not at all. He likes the 1 o'clock Saturday.
Yep.
The routine. Can't say I blame him.
No, not at all. And to start the conference season back at home, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and Christian looks like he's okay. Probably just a little cramping.
Get a nice round of applause from the fans here gathered on Family Day. Next game for UNH next Saturday at Bentley, 2 o'clock. Usually that Bentley game is the Friday night game. Doing Saturday, 2 o'clock this time.
But 2 o'clock, not 1. just to tweak Coach Pence. But no, it is a Saturday afternoon, and 3 of the first 4 on the road.
Yeah.
And to open up at the Rock is tough. And we are talking about next season, under the lights, home opener, September 4th, Slippery Rock here.
Yep.
So that's going to be exciting.
It will be. Yep, one of the best Division II teams in the country. Parker to JoJo Gonzalez, out of bounds at around the 43-yard line. So 3 of the first 4 games on the road, and 5 of the first 7 on the road as well, Coons.
Yeah,
it's a weird schedule this year.
It's a very strange schedule, very, very odd. It's just disjointed and off balance. But, Coach will just say, tell me where to be, and I'll be there.
I asked him what his goals are for the season. He says, we want to be doing something productive on Sunday, November 17th, which means that they would have qualified for the NCAA Division II playoffs.
And they're still practicing. Yep.
So 4th and 5. Last gasp here for the Ravens. Parker will complete it to number 23, Jaden Atherley, for a first down.
Parker's pass is complete to number 23, Jaden Atherley, and another Ravens first down.
So all in all, J-Dub, offensively, I think Coach has to be pleased. The fact that Chargers were able to throw the ball effectively, run the ball pretty effectively with the two-headed running back that they have.
Parker complete. Tristan Evans out of bounds around the 20.
And I'm sure Coach Scott might have some things he's going to work on he's not happy about. They did give up a lot of yardage in the air, but on paper it'll be a win, and time to move on.
That's David Abalanawa, guilty of the roughing the passer penalty. David, a senior, now out of New Bedford, Mass.
It'll be first down for the Ravens on the Charger 11-yard line.
Yep, so the ball's on the 11 with 24 seconds to go. Well, Coach Pence wanted to see more from the passing game. He certainly did today. Got good production out of both running backs. Parker to the end zone. And are we saying that's a touchdown?
That looks like he was out of the back of the end zone.
Looks like it was Atherley again.
Yeah. Looks like he didn't get the foot in. A little bit of hesitation on that back judge, but he did eventually come up with the incomplete out of bounds call.
Chargers picked to win the NE10 for the 5th straight year. Franklin Pierce was picked to finish 5th, which is quite a step forward in their progress. And they've proven today that they can hang with the best team in the league for almost the entire game, as Bradley goes to the far side, and that will be a touchdown.
Touchdown, Ravens.
That's Tristan Johnson with the catch for the score, with 13 seconds left to go.
Tristan Johnson with the 11-yard.
Yeah, Adrian Parker just still at it.
The cherry on top
Still
for
throwing
what's been
balls.
an amazing statistical game that, as we mentioned, will probably get him NE10 Offensive Player of the Week. Kuntz is dialing up the stats here. He'll fill you in after Startzel boots the PAT. And the PAT is good to make it 45-34. Here's the replay, I think. It was a good catch.
Yep, and Parker 34 for 53, 479. 4 touchdowns, only 1 pick. That was that great pick by Jai Jenkins.
It was.
Yeah, that's...
he was incredible today.
Those are some great numbers from a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, against a nationally ranked defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so credit to them. But that New Haven offense was equal to the challenge, and hence your score, 45-34, Chargers.
Keys to victory. Coach Pins talked about a fast start. They were up 14-7. They were down early 7-0, then 14-7. Make plays on the perimeter. They did that. They had a lot of big chunk plays today, which he wanted. Win special teams. I'd say in terms of flipping the field position, yeah, you could probably check that off.
Yep.
And get to the quarterback and force turnovers. Well, they got to Parker quite a bit. They sacked him 4 times. Probably could have gotten to him a lot more. His escapability is off the charts.
Probably another 4 that he was able to escape. Onside kick here.
Yep. So Startzel will boot it, and the Chargers will fall on it on the 45-yard line. And that looks like Liam Godwin. Yep, it is. Liam Godwin, number 29, with the onside kick recovery. With 11 seconds left to go and one more knee, and that's about it. Franklin Pierce will make the bus trip back to Ringe, New Hampshire. They traveled this morning rather than stay overnight last night.
No hotel. That's a long bus trip.
It is. It is a long bus trip. From here, it's got to be 3 hours at least, maybe 4, to get back up to Ringe, New Hampshire. And Dale Menard will take a knee, and that'll do it. 45-34 is the final score here in West Haven in the NE10 opener for both teams. Franklin Pierce falls to 0-3, 0-1 in conference. UNH goes to 2-1 overall, 1-0 in the NE10.
Yep.
And you see Chris Pinson shaking hands with Russell Gaskin there.
Give a nice hug there. I'm sure they are quite familiar with each other. Road Warriors and the recruiting
They are.
arena.
They see each other quite a bit now.
Absolutely.
Especially with Coach Gass down here in the Hartford area recruiting, Parker and Massey and Gonzalez and Howe. Pretty impressive, the recruiting pipeline he's developed here in Connecticut.
Yeah.
As Coach Gass said, Connecticut football is really, really good. These kids are just overlooked and under-recruited.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like we talked about, J-Dub, that Pierce program is on the rise. They are coming fast.
So we'll stretch here for a little bit. Joe Claus will talk with Chris Pinsons and Dale Menard, our player of the game.